Thank you, Sheila Brinkworth, for letting us know that you can hear us loud and clear. As I say, the commentary is listed as BBC Sussex, and if you want to hear it from a Yeovil point of view and you're listening to what you consider to be the wrong one, then you might just need to log on to the BBC Somerset one. Right, we're getting ever closer to kick-off. I think we'll get this afternoon's commentary underway in terms of a little bit of a pre-match amble anyway. So reintroducing, I did so a short while ago, but to my right, a debutant in the commentary box today, but someone who's watched Aldershot for a number of years and is a regular on the When the Flames Go Up podcast, and that's Shot supporter Julian Walters. Good afternoon, Julian.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So we've had a little chat earlier on about the Aldershot team. We'll come to that again in a bit more detail at the moment. But a little bit further to your right, we've got Joe Pope as well, who lives in Yeovil. Is actually a Torquay fan, writes the Off the Line blog. And Joe, you do, when you're not watching Torquay or otherwise involved, you get along to Hewish Park. You've been a few times this season, pre-season and during the season. Yeovil are struggling for goals and points as well. Just what do you make of them this season, and are they a side that's just yet to click into its top gear, really?
Yeah, hi Rob. Get to Hewish Park. I just love taking in football, so right on my doorstep. Yeah, Yeovil, bit of a funny one this year. They're really good with the ball. They control the possession round the back. Good pass inside. It's just about making the most of that possession so far. They've been close in games. Defensively, they've been very, very good. And if they can find that little bit more in an attacking sense, whilst not giving up their really strong defensive foundation so far, then I think they can certainly push towards the playoffs, Rob.
Yeah, and in Dylan Morgan, they've bought a player who's been out on loan to get some match fitness, and they've brought him back and straight into the team today.
Yeah, a player I really like, out on loan at Western-super-Mare, a couple of goals. Really liked him in pre-season. I thought he was Yeovil's best player during pre-season. Really lively, really direct and quick, and he'll be back into the side today. Interesting to see that he's playing on the right of the Yeovil front three, as opposed to where I see him more commonly on the left. So yeah, really good for Yeovil to have him back. Really good player, and I think he'll cause Aldershot some problems this afternoon.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Joe, who's very kindly handing the microphone back to Julian Walters. 4 changes for Tommy today, Julian. We'll run through the full side as the teams come out, but for the moment, obviously Aaron Jones suspended after the red card against Barnet on Tuesday, and Theo Widrington misses out due to suspension. 5 yellow cards picked up in the opening 11 games. Jack Barham is not in the squad at all. You'd have to think a slight knock there, perhaps, because he's only got 6 players out of the possible 7 on the bench. And Roland Menezes, who's deputised for Ollie Harfield as best he could. I think he perhaps looked a little uncertain in the early minutes against York, but did much better against Barnet on Tuesday night. However, and this is your bit to come in, the Shots have brought a player in on loan. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Rob, a young lad, 19-year-old called Dan Ellison, who has recently joined just for a month's loan. He's come in from Bristol Rovers. He is very highly thought of. He has yet to play in the first team for Bristol Rovers this season, but did have a really good season last season in the National League South. He played something like 30 games for Chippenham. And did so well that he was actually recognised by the England team manager Paul Fairclough for the under-season game with the England C team. So really looking forward to seeing him play. He's got a goal in him too, so he's got a knack of scoring as well. So I think he's going to, as you say, he's going to take up that left-sided central of the back 3 position. And as I said, really looking forward to seeing how he slots in today.
Good stuff, thank you, Julian. Full lineup to follow in due course, but 4 changes for Tommy Widrington, just the 1 change for Yeovil, which is that Dylan Morgan coming back off loan and coming in. The Shots are 5 games without a win. and 3 games now without a goal as well. And prior to that, they scored lots. I mean, it's a strange comparison, isn't it? It defies logic, really, doesn't it? All the early arguments at the season of would they still be able to score goals without Tollidge and Stokes were blown out of the water, and now they're coming up again.
Yeah, it's I guess it's National League football for you. You have to maintain a level of consistency. And the interesting thing for me today is that the away performances are still reasonably solid, and we've only conceded 6 goals away from home this year. And for me as well, I think Tommy is really looking to really tighten up in those early moments of away matches. If you look back through our fixtures for this season, we've at half time we've not been behind in any of the games so far. So that tells me that Tommy is really interested in just keeping us in the game, working out the opposition, and then, if necessary, making some changes in the second half to either go on and win the game, or sometimes, just as importantly, to not lose the game.
Yeah, thinking back to the last away game at Boston, they looked very tight and solid, difficult to break down at times, but just lacked their usual cohesion going forward. They did start that day with Barrett and Henry in the forward midfield positions. It was Jack Barham who started on that particular day. Today it'll be Hadi Gandor. To be fair to Tommy, on that day he played all kind of 6 forwards at some point or another, and nobody really hit top form, did they? It's the 3rd time now that he's gone with Henry and Barrett together, so he obviously believes it can work. Maybe it just needs Barrett to put the icing on the cake, if you like, just get those finishes that are just eluding him at the minute, and for Henry to frankly try to recapture the form from the first month of the season.
Yeah, and I think actually the Henry Barrett combination, I feel that he's chosen that specifically for this game because Yeovil will, in my opinion, set up with a pretty solid back 4, and I think we're going to have to pull those defenders out of position, because you get a back 4 that are comfortable in possession, not really putting any pressure on them, and that I think is what's going to happen today. I'm hoping that Henry and Barrett can really get that back 4 moving.
All right, we're 2 minutes away from 3 o'clock, so I would like to think we're probably just seconds away from the 2 teams coming out here at Hewish Park. I'm Rob Worrell, alongside me is Julian Walters. You'll get occasional word too from Off the Line Blog's Joe Pope. Yeovil come out, led by their skipper Frank Nouble, who'll wear the number 10 shirt, playing in support of their centre forward Kieran McGuckin. Yeovil in green shirts, white shorts and green and white striped socks or hooped stocks, and Aldershot Town are in their all black away kit with a little bit of red and white trim. No doubt at all, Julian, that in fact we'll come to the teams and then we'll come to that point. So Aldershot line up as follows: Marcus Dewhurst in goal, Dan Ellison making his debut, Maghoma and Bird the back 3, and then Ryan Jones, Hargreaves, Tetek and Akpan across the middle, Henry and Barrett supporting Hadi Gandor in attack. I said there's no doubt, with the intensity of the music pre-match, trying to get some atmosphere into this ground, which is one of the nicer grounds, isn't it, in the National League. Important for Yeovil that their fans get behind them.
Absolutely, there's a great atmosphere today. There's 4 sides to the ground. One of the sides isn't being open today, but really good to see a really healthy contingent of away supporters today, and of course they're going to do their usual and make some noise throughout the game.
Yeah, probably a couple of hundred or so Shots fans away to our right. Julian and Joe and I are pretty much over the halfway line, maybe just a few yards to the left of it. The Shots fans are away to our right. all housed together in that one seating section. There's a bit of sun peering through, plenty of dark and light or dark and white clouds as well this afternoon, but at the moment it's sunny. Shots have gone into a huddle. They're just awaiting their skipper, and their skipper on the day we can now announce is Cameron Hargreaves, and having played pretty much every minute of every game so far this season, it's a pretty good choice, I'm sure.
Yeah, a great choice from my point of view. Cameron has been one of the standout players, so really looking forward to him leading the team today.
Yeah, might well be leading by example. Good afternoon to Colin Hayden, listening in Tenerife. Nice and clear, he says out there, and hoping for 3 points. So is everybody, of course, of an Aldershot Town persuasion. The shots are going to kick right to left in the first half, so that's to the end away to our left, where it's quite a popular section for the home supporters, and the shots will kick down to the end where their supporters are in the second half. Our referee this afternoon is Robert Massey Ellis, and he's about to get this National League game underway. Aldershot have kick-off. Josh Barrett is going to take it. And we are underway here. Rob Worrell and Julian Walters for BBC Surrey here in Somerset. Long ball down the right-hand side. Gandor chases, can't get on it. Little shove, and the foul is spotted by Massey Ellis. Just a little shove by Gandor to send the defender in front of him off balance. It was Jake Wannell, and the referee giving that one not so much, probably, Julian, in indication of whether he's going to give the soft contact fouls, as that wasn't quite as subtle as Hadi Gandor wanted it to look.
No, I think he's going to have a tight hold of the game, and looking forward to again seeing his performance.
Here's Gandor holding the ball up again as Aldershot have won it, but then it comes off him and disappears into touch. There's a slight slope away to the touchline on both sides, so the overall effect not as extravagant as the East Bank roof, but you know what I'm saying, it's a little curvature, isn't there, on the pitch, Julian?
Yeah, just a slight camber from the sort of centre of the pitch out to the wings. Don't think it's going to affect the game in any way.
Good win from Tetek, sends away James Henry down the right side. He's got the overlap from Akpan, but he sends the cross in anyway. No one's can get on the end of it other than Ryan Jones, who eventually retrieves it down by the left touch line. And he's going to come back down to Cameron Hargreaves, his first time competitively as the skipper of Aldershot Town. Is Ryan Jones on the ball and wasn't quite sure where he was going, and he's lost the ball, but combination of Hargreaves and Jones win the ball back again, and it's Aldershot's Dan Ellison of Bristol Rovers on loan who has his first touch. Ball up to Henry, nicely taken down by Henry, out to the right looking for Akpan. Gives it back to Henry, who's off balance, and he can only divert it into touch. So pretty evident really that players from both sides just finding their feet at the moment and no particular rhythm to the game, Julian.
Yeah, early stages. It looks like Yeovil have indeed set up as a back four, and they're going to be looking to put some pressure on our back three for sure.
Head tennis in the middle, Bird battling with Newblay. Maghomer plays it forward, and Wannell steps in to win the ball. Aldershot come forward, and Hadi Gandor's offside on the right side of the pitch, and we'll restart again with a free kick to Yeovil over on the left side inside their own half. 2.5 minutes gone here, and it is Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 0. We've got a full set of fixtures elsewhere in the National League today. One of those is a late kick-off, and no early goals in the opening couple of minutes of the other games. Here's Aldershot in possession with Bird, but he can only poke it to a Yeovil player. Now Newblay quite deep, spreads it out to the right hand side to the number 11 Young, who appears to have started on the right, and a lot of people thought he was going to start on the left, but he'll probably switch wings, I'm sure, with Dylan Morgan at times. Here's Yeovil through Brett McGavin, Spreading it out to the left-hand side where Morgan picks it up. Lovely looking cross. Plucked out of the air by the head of Christian Magoma. Chased down by Ryan Jones, who slips. And another indication of the pitch just being a little soft. It's lush and soft. Yeovil take the throw. Back down the line. And there's a handball there by a Yeovil player, which has not been given by the assistant referee, even though it's right in front of him. That's unbelievable. Maghomer's won it anyway. And Ryan Jones sends it down the line. Hadi Gandor's trying to get away from his marker. He's going to arrive around the same time as Williams. Oh, foul been given against Gandor, but I just saw Williams go to the ground. Did you?
I think that was a little bit harsh. It was just a 50-50 tussle, and I think he was probably looking for the free kick there, Rob.
Well, I think we have got indication now that referee Robert Maciellis is going to give the slightest little nudge, because that wasn't much at all. Yeovil coming away again. Aldershot briefly get a sight of it. Jones lifts it into touch, and it'll be a throw into Yeovil. 4.5 minutes gone now. Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 0. Yeovil have the ball in their own half, but good pressing from Barrett. He's fed it to Akpan, who fed it into Josh Barrett. He tried a one-time touch forward, that didn't come off, but Shots have won it again. Barrett's got it. He's trying to shake off his men. He has to go back in the end to Dan Ellison. Ellison will send it out to Ryan Jones. Initially Ellison just keeping his ground. Ryan Jones has given it away again. It was blocked. And now Yeovil come away down the right hand side. Ellison wins his header. Good 50-50 there against McGuckin, and he got up and won it. And as Yeovil dwell on it, Gandor wins it, and Shots quickly send it out for Gandor to chase. He holds off his man. No foul this time. He's into the left hand side of the penalty area, pulls it back. Shot on goal. Hits a Yeovil player. I don't think they knew anything about it. Incredible from Tetek. He struck it towards goal, and it literally hit the one Yeovil player that was on the line and came away. A big let off for Yeovil, and anywhere else, if Tetek had stuck it, that was a goal.
Yeah.
Now Yeovil are through the middle with the number 11, Jordan Young, and his shot is saved, I think, by the chest of Dewhurst. Corner to Yeovil. Two massive opportunities for both sides to score.
Yeah, Tetek was made a fantastic run from the centre of midfield there, and if he had placed it anywhere other than where he did, it would have been a certain goal. But that's and within 60 seconds, Yeovil have gone down the other end, and Dewhurst has stood up well, and the ball's now gone for a corner.
One ball straight through the middle, undoing Aldershot there, but Dewhurst coming to the rescue. In comes the corner. It's headed away by Cameron Hargreaves, and it's a well-placed header. It finds Ryan Jones, who plays it forward and finds Tetek. And Aldershot have got men here. It's 3 against 2. Tetek plays it out to the left to Henry. Henry sends in the cross. Barrett takes it down. Can he get it under control? Tries a little chip finish. What a goal! This time it's come off. This time it's paid off for Josh Barrett. Aldershot with a huge advantage going forward. 3, maybe even 4 against 2. Intelligent pass from Henry, taken down by Barrett, and a lovely clipped finish into the gap. Shots have taken the lead in the 7th minute. Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 1.
Really intelligent running from the Shots. James Henry found some space in the inside left position, looked up, found Josh Barrett. Josh Barrett still had a lot to do, brought the ball down, and a superb finish with the outside of his right foot into the corner. Goalie had no chance. The Shots are 1 up.
So many near moments this season, Josh Barrett, and that was exactly what he's capable of. Such composure. Lifted it so nonchalantly into the net from where he was stood, and time seemed to stand still, didn't it? I'm thinking, you've got to hit it, so but he knew how much time he had. It was a wonderful finish, and you've got to be so pleased for Josh Barrett, who 7 days ago, I just don't know how he didn't score with those 2 efforts against York.
Yeah, we're only 8 minutes in, and yet already Josh Barrett and James Henry are finding space. They're causing problems for the Yeovil back four. They're not sure whether to come short or stay where they are, and that was typified with that goal. It was a superb move right from the back to the front, and the finish again was sublime. That for me is going to be one of the goals of the season.
Hopefully he's got a whole show reel by the end of the season, Josh Barrett. We could certainly do a show reel already of the near misses he's had this season, but that was a moment of quality. We talked about the magic that's in his boots, and if you can, when we get a stoppage in play, we'll get the thoughts of Joe Pope on that goal as well. The shots are coming again. James Henry down by the corner flag, sends it in left-footed. It's cleared behind the goal for a corner from Yeovil. Very quick word, Joe, just 20 seconds or so before the corner's taken. Thoughts on that Josh Barrett goal?
Yeah, it's typical Josh Barrett, isn't it? Lovely finish. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Lovely goal finish into the far corner, and that's the quality he gives to this Aldershot team. You know, he's been working harder than ever. Jamie Hedges assures me had a really good season so far. A couple of moments of quality, and that was another one of those.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you. That's Joe Pope from Off the Line blog. The corner is been taken by shots. Ryan Jones looks to send it in. It's well blocked by Yeovil, to be fair, and then a header forward, and Jones recovers it himself. Goes back to Akpan, who takes no chances, and goes back to Dewhurst. Dewhurst tried to just stroke it to Dan Ellison, but he got a little bit too much on it, and it's gone into touch. And that's probably the first kind of nervy pass I've seen hit from Aldershot this afternoon. They've settled really, really well prior to even scoring. And in those 2 wins that they got here 2 and 3 seasons ago, I think they were both by 2-0. Ryan Glover, I seem to remember scoring in one, if not both of them. The game was 0-0 for a really long period, and Aldershot took them, took the points late on. If they're going to do it today, they might well be going a different way about it, Julian.
Yeah, this is a happy hunting ground for the Shots. The last 2 games, as you say, has been both 2-0 victories. So, yeah, the first 10 minutes or so, we've looked comfortable. We appear to be the team in control, and we so far have been the one asking the questions.
Absolutely. And we talked about the high intensity atmosphere with the music in the ground before the game, and there's nothing better you can do than try and silence a home crowd, a big partisan home crowd, other than take the lead against them inside the first 10 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah. The crowd are quiet, and they've had a bit of a shock with this. They were all coming here hoping for some goals today, and they've now got to come back from 1-0 down.
Lovely move with Ellison up to Jones, who finds Barrett on the left side. Up against Morgan Williams, sends in the cross. Akpan strokes it to Henry, who tries a curled shot and does the same thing as Barrett in terms of picking a spot. But on this occasion it was well read by Ollie Wright. But a second opportunity for shots inside the opening 11 minutes. Yeovil 0, Shots 1. Julian.
Yeah, a great move. Started down the left-hand side. Seems to be having a little bit of success down this left-hand side. James Henry found himself in a really good position just on the edge of the box. Probably had a little bit too much time, and in the end, goalkeeper was in the right place to catch the ball comfortably.
Yeovil have the ball, just coming over the halfway line here, and it's played down the line and ends up in touch. The throw-in will be given to Yeovil. Going to fetch it is former shot Dom Bernard, who joined Yeovil a couple of weeks ago, scored on his debut, and takes the throw down the line to Nuble, who tries to get it in. It's blocked by the skipper on the day, Cameron Hargreaves. And if any of those other Aldershot Town skippers, Aaron Jones, Ollie Harfield, Theo Widrington, who are not here today as far as I know, are listening, good afternoon to you. Recover well and quickly, Ollie. Corner then to Yeovil, into the near post. Akpan battles hard, it comes back out, turned around the corner to the edge of the area, then clipped in by McGavin, and then lifted towards goal by, I think, Morgan Williams, but he just got his radar wrong, just clipped it. It was always going wide, and where we're positioned here behind the shot, we could always see that, so we didn't necessarily have hearts in mouths, Julian.
No, it was pretty much a case of always going wide, as you said. Rob Dewhurst was quite happy to see that one go past the post. A little bit of pressure building from Yeovil. They've just had that corner, but still looking pretty comfortable with the shots after 13 minutes.
Thinking of commentary debuts and people that have done the shots commentary, do you realise that the club's co-founder Graham Brooklyn has sat alongside me 4 or 5 times, has never seen Aldershot win? I'm not even 100% sure as I sit here if he's actually got to commentate on an Aldershot goal, and you had to wait just 8 minutes, Julian.
And what a goal it was too.
Yeah, cracker. Here's shots on the attack. Akpan going to send it over to the left side where Ryan Jones, Aldershot finding quite a... It's cleared away by Bernard, only as far as Ellison, and a high foot in the face of Dan Ellison, and the referee I think has given Aldershot Town a free kick because Ellison bravely put his head on it. Now I think Mag Homer might be taking this free kick, is he, or is he even going to leave it there and go and get himself? He is in the box. Ryan Jones is going to take it. Akpan comes back to be the one covering shots defender. Dewhurst is stood halfway, probably more than halfway inside the Aldershot Town half. Yeovil are setting up with a high defensive line. The free kick is almost level with the centre circle, but 5 or 6 yards beyond it into the Yeovil half. 14 and a half minutes gone. Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 1. And Jones clips it in. Lucky Bird gets up there, but Nuble I think got his head on it and it goes behind, and that should be a corner to the shots. It is indeed, and James Henry goes over to take that. Very, very encouraging start from the shots, and we've seen them start well in a number of games and not score. They've done both in this one. They lead thanks to the 8th minute goal from Josh Barrett, a superb finish from him inside the area. In comes the corner from Henry. It's headed away again by that man Nuble, and he is of course the brother of Joel, who's now playing his football in China. Akpan feeds Hargreaves, Hargreaves feeds Tetek, and Tetek up to Ellison, just holds it up, goes back to Tetek. Steady, assured, first 15 minutes from Ellison. He's on the ball again now after receiving it from Ryan Jones, and now he switches the play, and James Henry has started to run out to the right side. Can he keep it in? He does keep it in. Gandor's trying to meet it near post and can't quite get there, but the ball has come loose, and then it's been smothered at the second attempt. Rather scruffy bit of defensive play by Yeovil, and another corner to the shots. Julian, quick word from you.
Yeah, great diagonal pass from Dan Ellison. He said in his pre-match interview that he loves to do that, and James Henry found a great position out on the right hand side. A little bit of a scramble in the goal, but eventually Yeovil have got it out for a corner,
which this time I think Josh Barrett is over there to take for the shots. In it comes low, cleared away by Nuble, but he's sliced his clearance. And I find myself flitting between Nuble and Nuble. I know we had a good laugh with Joel when he was there, like the more exotic Nuble, but I'm sure it is yeah. Well, if he does exotic things, we call him Nuble, and if he looks rather ordinary, we call him Nuble. How about that? Let's not be Nubalist. Another corner then for shots. In from Josh Barrett. Oh, Mag Homer, thumping header, smashes against the crossbar. And Julian, when you think about Tetek's shot that hit the defender on the line, that header that's thumped the crossbar, and Josh Barrett's goal, the shots could be 2 or 3 up here.
Absolutely. The first 15 minutes, 16 minutes have really been, we've been dominant, and Josh Barrett took the corner. Rather than a curling effort, it was sort of almost put up into the centre of the penalty box, and Macoma with his height got on there, and keeper had no chance. Ball off the top of the bar, went for a goal kick. Lucky
Bird wins the header, comes back in from Yeovil, a little flick on. Ellison's quickly positioned to win the header, and then Yeovil player just runs across Jones. Right, he was passive, Ryan Jones. I don't think he did anything. Yeovil player ran across him, took the contact, and Ryan Jones is on a yellow, and that's harsh. He barely moved, Julian, did he?
I think that's harsh. I think that's more about the ref just trying to assert his authority. It's not as if Jones has racked up a number of fouls in the first quarter of this game, so yeah, a bit harsh, and I think Yeovil were possibly looking for that to happen.
100%. 100%. Don't want a player looking to feel the contact and get a free kick from it. That's fair enough, but he was really passive for me, Ryan Jones, and I don't think that warranted a yellow, but he's got one. Young takes the throw. It's headed inside. Cameron Hargreaves just catches the Yeovil player late as he tries to get an effort in, and Robert Massey-Ellis gives another free kick to Yeovil. It is on this occasion just a free kick, and it's dead, almost dead central, just 2 or 3 yards outside the D. A really big opportunity here, probably for shooter McGavin, I think.
Yeah, he's already scored 3 goals this season. I think a couple of them have been free kicks, particularly I remember him scoring at Boston earlier this season with a super free kick. So this is a really dangerous moment for the Shots.
Jordan Young's there as well. I think McGavin's favourite to strike this. Aldershot have got 6 players in the wall, and Young and it's Brett McGavin, free kick outside the edge of the area, got through the wall somehow. Dewhurst kept a good eye on it and beat it away to his left, and the Shots keeper continues in his excellent current form.
That was a really good save. It was all looking as if it was going over the bar.
Here's Nublé holding the ball up inside the penalty area. It goes back to Bernard. Bernard sends a cross in. That's won by the head of Tetek, helped on by Josh Barrett. And then Hadi Gandor is battling away on the halfway to try and win it. And Yeovil keep possession. I think the referee was going to give them a free kick, but he allowed the advantage, and then Aldershot won the ball back anyway. And great work from Shots in the press, meaning that Wannell has to turn 360 degrees and then travel backwards. Eventually he finds a pass and will get the ball back again from Whittle, who made the game today, came off with a shoulder injury in the week, I believe, but he's recovered. And I did hear a real reaction from the home crowd. I want to talk to Joe on this, if I may. Joe, I heard a reaction from the home crowd after Mag Homer thumped the crossbar with a header, and it was almost an angry reaction, as if to say, what's going on here? Because Yeovil could be 3-0 down, could be 3-1, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely should be more than 1 goal down. They've just been a little bit passive so far, Yeovil. You know, Aldershot on the front foot, first to every sort of loose challenge or loose ball, and obviously Magomo, given how easy a header it was, it should have been in really. So a little bit of a wake-up call for Yeovil, who've not started the best.
Thank you. That's Joe Pope from Off the Line blog, and yet to score for the Shots, Christian Maghomer. That's the closest he's come. Here's Jones with a header down the line, one in the air by Bernard, held up by Young. He goes back to Wannell, who's under a bit of pressure from Barrett, and then a dangerous looking pass, but to be fair, Noble's done well, and he might get a chance inside the area here. Noble, it's well blocked, brilliant tracking back from Lackey Bird, and then he tries to get it in again. The ball comes off of Bird, and he's holding it in down by the corner flag. And now Yeovil are into the penalty area, and they pull the ball back, and it's shot. Oh, what a save from Marcus Dewhurst. It might be the best one of the entire season. Absolute thumping effort from McGavin. There might have even been a deflection in there, but somehow Marcus Dewhurst kept it out. It's ended up behind for a corner. What a save, Julian.
That was another great save from Dewhurst. Yeovil worked it really well. Dylan Morgan came, beat his man on the outside, went into the penalty box, and there was a dummy there as well. I think it was Charlie Cooper on the edge of the box, who struck it well, to be fair to him, but Dewhurst was equal to it.
Corner comes into the far post. Bird tries to get up. He can't get contact on it, but it does mean that as it runs out of play over on the far side, it will be an Aldershot Town throw. Both sides have struggled to score goals of late. There has been one in this opening first half of the first half, but it easily could be 3-2 Shots already. Here's Yeovil in possession on the edge of the Shots' final third. McGavin back on the ball. Could he have hit that any better than he did? I don't think so. It's an absolute thumper and it would have been right out of his copybook. Oh, it's a good shutting down by James Henry, who makes his way down the right side, tries to pass into Gandor, but he gets it the weight of the pass wrong on this occasion, goes all the way through to Ollie Wright. And the one thing for these two teams that have struggled to score goals and been, either drawing or losing games of late, I think we're going to see this kind of game all the way through, end to end. If they're taking chances, they'll take chances at the back to try and help their chances going forward.
Yeah, it's that final ball. James Henry found himself in a really good position, won the ball back just on the halfway line on the right hand side, and Gandor was calling for it in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted it, but unfortunately the final pass from Henry just was a little bit too hard.
Offside given against Yeovil, and big cheers from the Shots fans on that occasion. What a 3 or 4 games Marcus Dewhurst has had. Absolutely brilliant at Boston. The double save from the penalty. Didn't get the clean sheet that day. Got it in the next game against York, where he was superb again. Kept shots in the game just once or twice on Tuesday night. And then a brilliant couple of saves today. Here's Gandor battling away, trying to keep the ball in play and can't. And it will be a goal kick to Yeovil. High time we had a look at the other scores in the National League. Boston, who are yet to win their first home game in the National League, took the lead through Zach Mills, but Sean Mikulski has levelled for Maidenhead in that one. And it's Woking 0, Sutton United 2. Woking above the Shots coming into today's games. That may not be the case at the end of the play. Here's Josh Barrett going to try a shot from distance. It's a really good one. It's beaten away out to the right hand side, where Akpan sends it back in to that man Barrett again. He's inside the penalty, squares it, toe towards goal. It's off a Yeovil player. It goes behind the goal. It's another corner to the Shots, who look right on it today, certainly going forward.
I'm losing count of these shots, Rob. Within the first 25 minutes, there's 2 efforts there that could quite easily have been goals. A really good first chance, and Barrett again is pulling all the strings here. He is making a huge difference today.
In comes the corner from the right. It's caught by Ollie Wright, and he's now going to kick and try and get Yeovil into a swift counter-attack. Ryan Jones on this occasion battling with the Yeovil player, not adjudged to have fouled. He probably did more in that to give away a foul than the one where he stood there and did nothing, but on this occasion he gets the benefit of the doubt from the referee. Goes back to Dewhurst, who plays it to Bird, whose forward ball is cut out by a Yeovil player and goes into touch. Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 1. 26 minutes have now elapsed in an excellent game. It's been a really, really good watch. Not quite the full-on basketball game, but not too far off that either, Julian. And certainly for your first game commentary, we've had plenty to talk about, haven't we?
Absolutely. And what I'm really liking is that all the players are on it today. When you go out onto the pitch, you need to be winning your battles, and every single player so far has played their part. They all look comfortable on the ball. They're looking, those partnerships between each of them are working really well. I have to say Dan Ellison has slotted into that back three as if he's played there all his life, and Ashley Akpan as well on the right hand side has had a really good start too, really playing well.
Okay, Aldershot have a throw on the right hand side, and McGuckin just bounces off Lucky Bird. Dewhurst sends it out to the left. He was quite pleased with his kick, but Ryan Jones jumps and it goes over his head, and it'll be a throw in to Yeovil, who have the possession now with Morgan Williams, who's also called up for England C last year and turned it down. Here's 1L sending it forward. Easy win in the air for Mag Homer, and it comes back from Yeovil, and then Ellison heads it forward and Gandor will chase, and it's a comfortable header back from 1L with Gandor snapping and snarling away at his heels and foraging for scraps really at times. Gandor works so hard and probably deserves more than the 3 goals that he's had so far this season. There's a good winner from Ellison, comes off his head at a strange angle. Lucky Bird not only wins the next header but guides it straight to Aldershot. Coming down the right hand side again with James Henry, ball inside to Barrett. His first touch is good inside the edge of the area. Now he turns and faces up, sends in the clip ball to the far post, and it's just wide. And I'm not sure if that was another outrageous attempt at a goal or not. In fact, the keeper might have got fingers on it. It's gone behind for another corner to shots, Julian.
Josh Barrett again in the centre of everything. James Henry, this is looking really good so far today. The gamble whether or not they can play together has been asked by so many of the supporters recently, and it's really working today. Henry down the right hand side finds Barrett. Barrett again assesses his options, little cheeky chip, and the goalkeeper's pushing it away for a corner.
Okay. Barrett with the corner to the far post, and Maghome is there holding it up, trying to set it for a shot. James Henry shoots, and it's headed wide by Ellison. Big opportunity, I think. He jumped well. Aldershot were big and strong there from the set piece. Maghome held it up. They got a shot in. Ollie Wright, the keeper for Yeovil, is down, but I think from a Yeovil point of view, Julian, they may be asking themselves why they're a goal down, but they might also be asking themselves how they're not 2 or 3 down. Absolutely,
that was another clear chance where it actually looked easier to score than it did to miss.
It did.
And I'm just wondering, the goalkeeper's down at the moment with an injury, and this probably cannot come at a better time for Yeovil to just take stock of what's happening. The players are all over, having a bit of a team talk with the manager at the moment, and it's a really good opportunity for them to gather their thoughts, because at the moment, if you were to analyse the game, then they're really not in it.
They're not. Scoreline wise, the Shots have a narrow lead. We're just closing in on the 30-minute mark here. While we've got this stoppage in play for treatment to Ollie Wright, have a quick word with Joe Pope. Joe, I'm blaming you for that miss, because you said that Dan Ellison would score with a header on his debut. And he's got up and won it really well there on the right hand side of the goal, and somehow headed it right across the goal.
Yeah, he's almost headed it too well, hasn't he? But yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed by Aldershot, I have to say. I actually predicted before, Rob, we have a little prediction, and I said that Aldershot would score 3 this afternoon, and they should have had 3 in the first half an hour. Been really positive, lots of chances, and Josh Barrett's really enjoying himself this afternoon. Should have perhaps had another goal just before that chance for Ellison. So yeah, looking positive so far for Aldershot. Work to do for Yeovil.
Thank you very much, Joe Pope there from Off the Line blog. I'm Rob Worrell. Also with us here is Julian Walters, and Yeovil get underway. Ollie Wright's okay. A little bit of head tennis in the middle. Nouble touches it to Young, who skips inside Jones, who comes back and wins it really well. Josh Barrett wins the ball. Might just be heading for his best half so far in a shot shirt. I think he's put it all together today. His deliveries have been delicious. His finish was good. Here's Hargreaves doing really well. Exchanging passes with Ellison and then giving it away. Unusual for Hargreaves. And Yeovil send it out to the right hand side to Nouble. Shot comes in, or cross. That's blocked by Jones. Now Nouble sets off down the right side again. Jones again has a little poke and a prod, but can't win the ball. And they go back to, a poor ball, and they've given it away. And now Gandor can go one-on-one against Morgan Williams. He's making his way to the byline. He's going to pull it across, and it's missed by a few players, but Tetek's there. Tetek gambled and didn't quite get hold of the shot, and the keeper saved it. But another big opportunity for the Shots, Julian.
Very much so. The home support are getting a little bit restless, because Yeovil just allowed Tetek to run through the middle almost unchallenged, and in the end it was a chance which really should have been put away.
Here comes Lucky Bird for the Shots, cut out on halfway. McGavin strokes it forward, nice touch from him, and the ball's played out to the left, where it will be picked up by Dylan Morgan. He's taken on his man out there, which is Maghome. Maghome sticks a foot in and wins it back brilliantly, and then goes down. He believes he's been fouled, nothing given. Morgan continues, and Maghome just holding him up. Needs to be careful he doesn't give away a free kick, and eventually it goes into touch, and it's a throw in to Yeovil. crazy game going on in my ears in the BBC Surrey and Sussex radio output, which is Brighton and Chelsea, and it's 3-2 already, I think, to Chelsea. Crazy game. Hat-trick for Cole Palmer in that one. And here at Hewish Park, it's Yeovil 0, Shots 1. And Hargreaves does well, down by his own corner flag. Tries to clear it forward, ends up coming back off the derriere of Dylan Morgan and going behind the goal line for a goal kick to the Shots. 33 minutes and 33 seconds gone now. 0-1. Julian.
Yeah, it's just the tempo's just dropped a little bit, but my only concern at the moment is that it is still only 1-0, and the last thing we want is for Yeovil to take a chance and get back in it, because we really should be potentially out of sight by now.
This is true, and I wonder if Mark Cooper's spotted what's happening, because he might make some tweaks and changes at half time. Still 11 minutes to go, plus a little bit of extra time after the treatment that was required by Ollie Wright, the Yeovil keeper. Here's Young picking up the ball in the centre of midfield and just motoring a few yards down, and then a ball through, and was it Lucky Bird or Newble who hit that? I think Bird might have hit that towards his own goal. It might have to go down as another save from Marcus Dewhurst, but one way or another the Shots stopped it anyway. And Wealdstone lead 1-0 at Halifax, and Southend 1, Gateshead 1. Yet another goal for the right wing back, who's on 9 goals for the season, Gus Scott Morris. Here's James Henry down the right side. He's got an overlapping run now from Akpan. Akpan goes down the line, and he can't in fact, no, the touch was considered to be off the Yeovil player, and it'll be another corner. And I've not been keeping tally, but I think the Shots have had 7, 8, 9 corners, something like that, in this first half.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if it was a corner, if I'm being totally honest, and the home supporters were right to feel a little bit aggrieved there, but for all our dominance, it must be said that Dewhurst has made 2 or 3 outstanding saves already in this first half, so we still need to keep doing what we're doing so well. And from the corner now, Barrett's gone over to hopefully float one in again.
Okay, we're in the 36th minute. Shots lead 1-0, front to the far post. Lucky Bird goes down at the far post. He thinks he's dragged down. In fairness to Bird, he didn't make much of an appeal, but there's so much holding goes on. Players from both sides with a grip on each other. It's probably the hardest thing to referee, wouldn't you think? Because even if if everybody's doing it, how can you possibly pick out one example from it?
Yeah, it's a 50-50, and they're normally both as guilty as each other for holding on. And to be honest, I'm not sure how the referee makes the decision one way or the other. Normally he will go in favour of the defence in those sort of situations.
Unlike at Boston a couple of weeks ago, when Mag Homer was had hold of the striker's shorts, but
that's the thing, is you see it week in, week out.
Striker had hold of his, and throw into the Shots, taken to Henry, prods it back to Jones. Jones lifts it forward. Charlie Cooper it was who poked it into touch off an Aldershot player. It'll be a throw in to Yeovil. I'm just questioning myself, Joe, the brilliant save, the really brilliant save from Dewhurst, whether it was McGavin or whether it was Charlie Cooper. I saw the 4 on the shirt, but was it 14 or 24?
It was Charlie Cooper, I think, running in with the shot. A couple of good saves for Dewhurst so far.
They've got the ball inside their own half, Yeovil, but they've lost it again. James Henry's won it, and now he's been dispossessed by Newble. Ball down the inside right channel. Dewhurst is well out of his area, and he ends up kneeing it forward. Jones gets a header on it. A lifted ball over the top from Cameron Hargreaves, chased down by Gandor. Williams does well, but can only clear it to Barrett. Barrett turns into trouble, and then he wins it back again anyway, and he's got Ryan Jones on the left of him. Jones skips back onto his right foot, then his left, gets to the byline, squares it, and it's out of play. It was good skills from Ryan Jones, but he ran out of pitch, and Barrett even retrieves that ball, volleys it forward, but it bounces in front of the goal and over the bar. Probably got some memories of last Saturday there with that one.
Yeah, good interplay between Jones and Barrett there. Jones dinking inside and out, and in the end just the ball slightly overran. It was again another really good opportunity to get the ball into the box.
It's Julian Walters, I'm Rob Worrell. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey online or the BBC Sport app. Ellison holding up Nouble. Referee are judging it to be fair. Nouble says he's got hold of me, it's a foul. Referee Robert Massey-Ellis isn't interested. It's a throw-in, 2 shots. Brian Jones will take it and needs to be careful he doesn't steal any more yardage, otherwise the throw may be given to Yeovil. Now he's just holding it, waiting for options, and he'll have to get on with it, otherwise the referee's going to show him a yellow for time wasting. Down the line, Morgan Williams tracks it, clears it forward, and Palmer has scored. Cole Palmer, a 4th goal now for Chelsea. Chelsea 4, Brighton 2, and if you've got Mr. Palmer in your FBL team, it's going to be a good day. I think that's my team in the leagues I'm in. It's going to be knocked off the top today. Joe Pope away to our right nodding, he's clearly got him. If you triple captain him as well, congratulations on winning the FPL this year. Here's a ball forward. Ellison again wins it in the air. For a youngster, he's only 19 years old, but he's physically built already. He looks to have everything really. Physicality, movement, good decision making, good head on his shoulders, and no wonder then really on the back of that Tommy Witherington's put him straight into the starting lineup. Bernard gives the ball away under pressure. He's got Barrett down the left side. Barrett receives the ball. He's got Don Bernard ahead of him. Comes in now, right foot. It's a little bit of a shot, little bit of a cross, putting it into the corridor of uncertainty, but it's got a little bit too much on it, and it drifts behind. It'll be a goal kick to Yeovil. 40 minutes very nearly gone. We've got 5 minutes plus whatever's added, and the Shots still lead by 1-0, but it so could be more, listeners.
Absolutely. Josh Barrett this time down the left hand side, jinking and turning, a bit of a cross come shot in the end, not sure which it was, and in the end it went out for a goal kick. But what that does do is it just gives that uncertainty to, again, the defenders, and defenders do not like uncertainty. They want an easy afternoon. So yeah, even whether it's a cross shot or it just goes behind, it just adds that little bit of doubt in their minds, which can obviously affect the game moving forward.
It's Julian Walters, I'm Rob Worrell, and we're at Hewish Park this afternoon. Vanarama National League commentary, Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 1, and here's a long range effort from Nouble, which is always going wide. Didn't really get the power or the direction on it. Has struggled for goals this season, does play quite deep to be fair. Off the striker, McGuckin, who we haven't really seen much of in the opening first 40 minutes. Sun still winning the battle up there in the sky with the dark clouds and the white clouds. Goal kick then to the Shots. Dewhurst to take, and Jones and Ellison swap positions in the hope that Ellison can maybe get on the end of this one. It's going closer to Gandor. Both players have missed it. Josh Barrett's drifted onto it down by the goal line. He's attracted Bernard's attention and plays it inside to Cameron Hargreaves. Hargreaves stops, changes direction and turns the wrong way, gives the ball away, and now Yeovil come forward with a number 17 Dylan Morgan, spreads it out to Nouble on the left side. Now Shots have got players back. It's turned inside. McGavin chases it, exchanges passes with Cooper, and a ball straight through the middle from Yeovil goes all the way through to Dewhurst. And it's fair to say, Julian, whilst there might be an element of relief in the home crowd that they're not more than 1 goal behind, I think they're a little bit dissatisfied with what they've seen in this first half, and they'll expect a big reaction in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. There was an opportunity there to get Don Bernard free on the right hand side, which wasn't taken, and sometimes when the players are lacking confidence, rather than pass forward, they will pass sideways, and I think that's what happened there.
Ball forward, Maghomer can't win it cleanly, it comes off his head and drifts through to Dewhurst behind him, who's just come to the edge of his area. Lucky Bird has quickly made himself available out to the right, and Dewhurst will bowl the ball to him now. He's shut down by McGuckin, tries a ball down the right side. That one's probably just going to drift into touch again, but the Aldershot have done well down that flank, particularly in the first half. They've found some good spaces. They've been picked nicely with the passes, and that's been a big part of their creativity today. And James Henry's played his part in that. Here's Akpan coming over, clearing the ball. Might have gone back to Dewhurst there, but he played it forward and could only find Nouble. Nouble gives the ball to Dylan Morgan on the left. Now back inside through McGavin and Cooper and out to Jordan Young. They just dwell on it, but they exchange it over to the right hand side where Bernard picks it up and he sends in a cross into the area. McGuckin gets up, gets a head on it, but it's nowhere near the goal. And probably the first moment we've really had to look at what he can offer for Yeovil this afternoon, and it was a very difficult one, to be honest. If he'd have steered it in with his head from there, it would have been a wonderful goal, and he's not had a great deal of service today.
No, but there's another example there of where Don Bernard has found a little bit of space on this right hand side. He's had time to get across in, and unfortunately for McGuckin, he's just steered that header wide, never really looking like he was going to get on target.
Long ball forward from Dewhurst at the back. Bernard clears. Hargreaves with the great leap wins it. Gandor can't. Williams gets his head on it. Finds Bernard. Bernard's got Young there for some support. He's been tracked and shut down by Ryan Jones. Good play there from Yeovil to get out of a tight situation, and they send the ball over to the left hand side to Wannell, and he sends it into Cooper, whose ball forward is controlled initially by Jordan Young, but then he's fouled by Cameron Hargreaves, and Yeovil take the free kick quickly from the wrong place. Hargreaves has won it back but then lost it again to Cooper, and now Dylan Morgan comes down this right hand side, halfway inside the Shots half, back to Bernard, and Bernard back to Cooper. Cooper up to Jordan Young. Smart turn from him. Is he going to try a shot from distance? He is, and maybe was just going over anyway, but it brushed the fingertips of Dewhurst, who again refused to be beaten by it, and it's gone behind for a corner to Yeovil. Tricky little spot here for Aldershot. Corner to defend, 1-0 up, and only 2 added minutes, which is really surprising because I thought the treatment to Ollie Wright went on for at least 3. Maybe the referee's got to be somewhere early this evening. In comes the corner from McGavin, floated in, caught underneath his bar by Dewhurst, who thinks about the early delivery and then goes to ground and then gets up again. It's almost like he was in 2 minds there. Eventually he'll roll it out short to Ryan Jones, and clips a lovely ball down the left to Barrett, chests it, cuts inside, and then fires a ball over to the right looking for Akpan. Akpan can't take it cleanly but does get it under control, and finds Tetek. Tetek just slotting into that midfield berth vacated today by the absence of Theo Widrington. Henry, overlapping run, Tetek into the box. Can he square it? He tries a back heel. Henry's onto it. Henry sends it into the box. Barrett's there, it comes off his head and falls into position, into the path of Ryan Jones. They're outside the penalty area now on this left side. He gives the ball back to Barrett. Barrett keeps possession for the Shots. We are 1.5 minutes into the minimum of 2 to be added. Maghomer's got it, and he's got his head down and he's going forward. Drifting out to the right hand side now. Can't see a clean pass. Now he does to Akpan. Akpan gives the ball to Henry. Goes for the overlap. Slight hesitation. Yeovil clear it into touch. That should mean, with 15 seconds left, Aldershot have an attacking throw on the right hand side. That should be ensure that the Shots are not going to concede in this first half, but can they create a chance in these final seconds? James Henry's taken the throw inside to Akpan, who gives it back to him. Henry sends in the cross and goes straight to Charlie Cooper, who controls it well, and then the referee Robert Massey Ellis blows for half time. A game that started up with a flurry of chances for both sides, to be fair, but Josh Barrett in scintillating form, and Dewhurst at the other end as well for the Shots, and they lead 1-0 at half time. Here with his thoughts on the first half is initially Julian Walters.
Yeah, it's been a great half for Aldershot. They have virtually dominated the possession, really tried to upset that back four of Yeovil, who, let's face it, over the last few games they have been pretty comfortable. So the Shots have done well. There's been numerous chances, numerous corners. Should really be more than 1-0 up for sure. but we need to be careful because Marcus Dewhurst has still had to make 2 or 3 really good saves. So this game is evenly poised now, and be interesting to see what Mark Cooper does for Yeovil, whether he makes any changes in the second half. My guess would be that McGuckin is perhaps going to be one that may be changed, because typically they do play with Aaron Jarvis up front, who's able to just hold that ball a little bit better perhaps. So it'd be interesting to hear from Joe as to what he thinks might happen.
All right, well, let's do that now. Joe, 1-0 to the Shots at half time. I mean, it could have been any number of score lines, couldn't it? But they've certainly been the better of the two sides. I tend to agree with Julian that in that first half, McGuckin hasn't offered a lot, and obviously Aaron Jarvis has a different set of attributes, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, certainly if you were looking to change it from a Yeovil perspective, I think you probably would be looking to bring on Aaron Jarvis. Perhaps has not offered as much in the box this year, but certainly in terms of winning it and holding the ball up and winning a header, I think he's probably a better fit than McGuckin. In terms of the first half in general, I think, as you've already alluded to, I think Aldershot should and could be 3 or 4-0 up in this one. Josh Barrett has been superb running the show for Aldershot. I think Yeovil will bring on their new man, James Plant. I think Aldershot have absolutely dominated this left-hand side through Josh Barrett and Ryan Jones. And I think that, as Julian has said, Don Bernard has had a couple of chances to get at Aldershot on the counter-attack, and they've not really been able to do that. Jordan Young's looked to sort of come inside and slow the play down, whereas James Plant is a really quick and direct attacking player who I think will probably come on fairly soon in this second half. But certainly from an Aldershot perspective, really good first half. I was impressed with them on Tuesday night, even though they lost, and I've been really impressed with them today. Dan Ellison's been superb. He's been a ball magnet at the back for Aldershot, won everything. I think if you're Yeovil, Mark Cooper will be happy. It's still only 1-0 for as poor as they've been. So, really good stuff.
Excellent. Thank you very much to Joe and, of course, to Julian. Just going to have a quick run through the half times in the National League. I'm only going to give the games where there are goals. Anything I don't mention is 0-0. Boston 1, Maidenhead United 1, Halifax 0, Wealdstone 1, Rochdale 1, Braintree 0. Yep. That man, Cairo Mitchell, again, what a goal scoring run he's on. Southend 1, Gateshead 1. Butterfield gave Gateshead the lead. Gus Scott Morris levelling just after the half hour mark. Woking 0, Sutton 2. Here at Hewish Park, Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 1, and the other games remain goalless or don't kick off until later. So half time here, it's 1-0 to the Shots, slender lead, could be more, but another one in a succession of encouraging performances. Let's see if they can be backed up this time with a result as well. Julian, Joe and myself will be back with you in around about 10 minutes time. Half-time scoreline at Hewish Park, Yeovil 0, Shots 1.
We've got lots of birthdays, so happy 7th birthday to Freddie Garrett. Freddie's here today with all of his friends. Happy birthday to one of our mascots, Teddy Martin. He's here with all of his friends and family. Happy 40th birthday to
all the parts seem to be working well today, don't they?
I mean, that man's family. Happy 30th birthday to Barry, that's not from Dad. Happy birthday to Gwen Terry, and happy 11th birthday.
You can see why he's gone straight in there. Looks like the right player in the right position, doesn't he?
Finally, being asked to pass a message on for you. John Mason was a very supporter of Yeovil Town, actually 73 years worth of support, which is fabulous. Sadly, John passed away quietly on peacefully on the 19th of September. John's family drew out to request that any friends that he's made during his time here at Hewish Park, there was a celebration of his life, and Sherwood Abbey at 1:30 on Thursday the 16th of October.
Where Ellison just ruffled Mublo off the ball, and I was thinking, like, he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a break.
He had him complaining, didn't he? He was like, get hold of me.
Okay, we've got some great scores in the Premier League. Newcastle 1, Man City 1's a full-time score. Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. Brentford 1, West Ham 0. Cole Palmer scored 4 goals, including a 9-minute hat-trick.
I am indeed. I am indeed. Apologies for that.
Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1.
Sorry. Okay. No worries.
Forest 0, Fulham 0. All the Liverpool happened later on. You can watch that stop if you wish.
Standing.
In the National League, it's Barnet 0, 5-0. Boston 1, Maidenhead 1. Dagenham 0, Solihull 0. Halifax Town 0, Wealdstone 1. Forest Green Rovers 0, Hartlepool 0. Rochdale 1, Braintree 0. Southend 1, Gateshead 1.
Excellent.
Tamworth 0, Oldham
Do a
0,
half-time report to our radio listeners shortly.
York 0, Eastleigh 0, and Enschede Holden into 5:30 kickoff. Okay, just a reminder, Heroes Park is a smoke-free stadium, so please no smoking on the ground. That does include vape. For the safety of all supporters, both home and away supporters, please make sure you're not standing on any yellow step. That is any yellow step in the ground. Please make sure you're not standing on it. And for the safety of our staff, body cameras may be used across the stadium. Next up, we're at home here at Heroes Park. We welcome Dagenham Redbridge next Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff for that one, so don't get your ticket.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the scoreline, they're 1-0 up, which is great. It could be many more, Tim. They've been quite dominant actually against Yeovil, who have struggled to really get going. They've had a couple of good moments, Yeovil, where Dewhurst has been outstanding again, but the Shots goal came on 8 minutes. Josh Barrett, after good work down the left from Henry, and Barrett just killed the ball, killed it dead inside the penalty area, and then it seemed like time stopped, nothing happened. And what felt like about 10 seconds, probably about 3/4 of a second later, he just lifted the stationary ball over the goalkeeper and into the far corner of the net. A wonderful finish, a very Josh Barrett finish, I have to say. Prior to that, Tetek had ghosted onto a ball across the face of goal, and it looked like he'd just got to toe it in, but somehow he managed to hit the only defender on the line. After that, Henry working well with Barrett again, cut inside, and Barrett lifted a shot just wide. Mag Homer has thumped the crossbar with a header from a corner, and so the Shots probably could be 2 or 3 ahead, but they're playing well and they've got that first goal in 4 games. Can they get the first win in 5 or in 6? We'll keep you posted.
Check in on how our junior team was done, so I've got some results for you. Our under 12 beat North Somerset 7-2. Our under 14 beat Exeter 4-1. Our under 15 beat Bristol in the City, where they are, 3-1. And under 16s were the only team that lost this weekend. They lost 4-2 to Bristol.
It helps if they play well.
So if you like team doing so well, if you'd like to send your team
very slender league, doesn't it?
I'm a bit worried because Dewhurst has made some cracking saves, and Yeovil have only been playing half tempo at the moment, and they're going to step it up in the second half.
That's what they should do, yeah.
So
They've got to go out and get that second goal.
Patient. We're a very dogged team. We're hard to score against at the minute, so patient. The longer the game goes on, the more desperate the over the and they'll leave
I like Akmat.
the level.
I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the commentary about the fact that we haven't been behind at half time all season. Away from home.
Oh, away from home.
So
They're not always, they're not
yeah.
behind.
So
Yeah, it's one of those you almost don't want to mention, isn't it?
no, but the Braintree game we were winning, and Tamworth it was 1-1. That's the only 2 we've lost.
Yeah.
Funny, I messaged Hedges after the Barrett goal. And I thought, Josh Barrett, what a finish. He just put that bastard. so balanced.
That's looked good, doesn't it? Yeah. The 5 is a bit of an exaggeration.
Well, you had
The Tetek one, the Maghoma one.
the Yeovil one, you had
Another Barron.
Barron chip, you had Gander at the front post, Ellison header.
Ellison header, yeah.
Would have been easier than
Yeah.
it would have been 5. Would have been the good.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But I mean, equally, it could be 5-3, right? You know, 5-2, 5-3.
But the best save was that Stewart where Blackie Bird smacked it back to him.
Yeah, I was like, I'm saying what I'm seeing here. Did that really happen? You're going,
He tried to get his toe in, smacked it back. Well, you didn't see it, but halfway through the first half, their radio cut out.
Oh no.
And so it's just like Yeovil.
So what does Tommy say at half time? More of the same, please.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, at some point, I just think James Henry's played on the right side of midfield a lot in his career, and he seems to have a clearly defined role today, whereas the other 2 games, it's not been so obvious. And I think he maybe lacked a bit of clarity, but today he's found the space out there beautifully, hasn't he?
He does really well, and it happened probably 3 or 4 times in that first half. Gazador made a little run to the front post, and Henry moves it back for Barrett to run onto.
Was it just me, or did it feel like time stopped when Barrett trapped the ball? Like, well, what's going to happen next? Is he going to shoot? Are they going to tackle him?
He's so in control.
Yeah.
I think they genuinely don't know what he's going to do, which is why they're standing off him. One thing I was worried about today was trying to work out who the man of the match is going to be. It's quite easy to take over.
Yeah, just exactly. Don't worry about that. You know, it's not. It's only your opinion. You know. Welcome back to Hewish Park, where the sides are just coming out for the second half. Yeovil 0, Aldershot Town 1.
James Plant's coming on.
Yeah. I do believe that Joe Pope, alongside us, said in his half-time summary that it wouldn't be long before Yeovil bought on James Plant, and he is coming on now. Didn't quite see the number that went up to see which players come off. It's Alex Whittle who's gone off. So, So Joe, positional change there or not?
James Plant he's a winger more often than not, but he can actually play as a fullback or a wing back. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if Yeovil have gone to a back 3. It looks as if James Plant's going to start on this left-hand side. So I would imagine that you've now got a back 3 for Yeovil of Don Bernard, Morgan Williams and Jake Wano. But yeah, I'm not surprised that James Plant's on as quickly as he has.
Thank you very much, Joe. We're about to get underway for the second half here. Aldershot now kicking from left to right in their black away strip. Yeovil in their home strip of green shirts, white shorts and green and white hooped socks there. Quickly on the attack, shot comes in from distance, and it's on target. I think it's from Jordan Young, and it's saved low down comfortably by Marcus Dewhurst, who threads the ball out to Lackey Bird. The shots are lined up. Dewhurst, Ellison on debut on loan from Bristol Rovers, Makoma and Bird. Jones, Ryan, that is, Hargreaves, Tetek and Akpan across the middle. And then Henry and Barrett supporting Gandour in attack. Here's Tetek heading the ball forward to Hargreaves. Touches it first time into the path of Barrett, who lifts the ball over to Henry. Henry tries a shot from distance. And technique is good. Manages to get over the ball, but always travelling wide. We were right behind it, Julian. So perhaps didn't feel the same excitement levels the shot supporters did that are further over to the right.
Yeah, as you said, we're right behind that one, and I was hoping for a James Henry special there to just guide it into the corner, but just drifted and bobbled a few yards wide on that occasion. But I'm really interested to see this second half, the introduction of James Plant for Yeovil down this left-hand side. They're obviously going to be putting pressure under Ashley Akpan, so it's going to be really interesting to see that duel and who comes out on top.
Thank you, Julian. There's a ball forward from Yeovil. It's going to go all the way through to Marcus Dewhurst. And he's running across his goal area at the minute. We're 1.5 minutes into the second half. Eventually he'll put the ball down on the floor and kick straight down the middle, where Gandour will chase. Morgan Williams will win in the air. Gandour's just caught Morgan Williams. He's gone down. Free kick, nothing more, I believe, against Gandour, who just checks that Williams is okay. Referee doesn't have a word with Gandour, and Bernard clips it forward, but it's cut out by Ellison, although he chests it down into the path of McGuckin. Aldershot win it, send it forward through Barrett, and Hadi Gandour's holding it up on the left side now, just turning back. A little bit of traffic goes back to Josh Barrett. Barrett keeps possession for the shots. An eerie hush around Hewish Park as the home side wait to see if their team will come out and look a bit different in the second half. It's a ball in. Gandour's got it, touched it back to Hargreaves. Assistant referee's put his flag up. Barrett's stuck it in the net anyway. Needs to be a bit careful that he doesn't get booked for delaying a restart, and even the Aldershot Town fans didn't bother cheering for that when he put it in the net. Free kick then to Yeovil just outside their own area. 48 minutes gone, still Yeovil 0, shots 1. Ellison with a strong headed winner. Yeovil win it, but Tetek's got the knockdown. Henry exchanges passes with Gandour. Can't get it under control between. Oh, good interception from Ryan Jones. But his ball won't find a shots player. And Bernard and Williams exchange passes across their back three. And it's all a little bit stalemate just at this moment. It could all change in a matter of seconds. There's a ball down the left side. And Ellison takes no chances. Clears it into touch. But he was quick, he was strong. He got there first in front of McGuckin. Yeovil get it underway. Here is Dylan Morgan on the right side. Squares it, cut out by Ellison. Does his job. First corner of the second half to Yeovil, and first opportunity for the Yeovil fans to applaud and get the drum going and get a little bit of noise going. Going to be a left-footed in-swinger from Yeovil. Lovely delivery, and there's a little double deflection on it, and it ends up drifting out to the right-hand side and behind the goal, where it will be a goal kick to Aldershot Town. And I'm not even 100% sure what happened there. It was a lovely delivery. I think Cameron Hargreaves may have been the first player to get something on it, then somebody else, and it ended away, drifting harmlessly wide in the end.
Yeah, great corner in swinging corner, looking for Nuble at the front post, who's just sort of come off the back of his head and just drifted wide in the end, shepherded out by Lucky Bird for a goal kick.
Dagenham and Redbridge have taken the lead against Solihull. Head tennis in the middle of the park. Nuble wins the next one. Ellison chests it down and lifts it forward. It'll go straight to, Aldershot have nicked it off Williams. Gandour touches it into the path of Josh Barrett. Josh Barrett tries to look for Hargreaves, who goes down, and then Aldershot would have got a corner, but Ryan Jones, I think, nibbled away too much just as Bernard was on it, and fouled him as he put it behind his own goal for what would have been a corner, Julian.
Yeah, he's just clipped on Bernard's heels there, and referee was right behind it, so he's quite rightly blown for a free kick to Yeovil. 2
game weeks ago, Gateshead were top of the league. Hang on, here's terrific recovery from Lachlan Bird, as it looked momentarily as if Dylan Morgan might get in through the middle. Gateshead 2-1 up at Southend, and Halifax 1, Wealdstone 1. Here at Hewish Park, it's Yeovil 0, Shots 1. 51 minutes have elapsed. McGavin gives the ball back to the Yeovil number 18, Plant. McGavin, 1-2s. McGavin tries the ball into the box. Nuble's there, squares it across. Will it be touched in? No, cleared away by Ryan Jones. Yeovil just threatening a little bit more in this second half. Jones can't win that ball cleanly. Hargreaves can, wins it, feeds it up to Barrett. Barrett tries to turn it around the corner but can only find touch. And the referee is going to stop and have a word with somebody. Is he? Oh no, a player's lost his shin guard, and he's just allowing that player to go over and get it. It is the substitute, Plant. And the Yeovil fans doing their bit to encourage the home side to get back into this one. The Shots have got a long way to go to keep that vital clean sheet that would see the points go back to North East Hampshire. They lead by that slender margin of 1-0. The goal coming in the 8th minute from Josh Barrett. Here's Yeovil with a cross in. Nuble heads it onto another Yeovil player, and then that goes behind the goal, so it'll be a goal kick to the Shots, and a moment for them just to regain a little bit of composure, Julian.
Yeah, this last couple of minutes Yeovil have definitely upped the tempo. Mark Cooper's been quite animated on the touchline there, and there's a chance a few moments ago where Nuble got free in the box, put the ball across, and unfortunately for Yeovil there wasn't anybody there to finish it off, but it's excited the crowd. The crowd are now getting more involved, and this is going to be a key 5 minutes for Shots just to regain their composure and to get a grip back on the game.
Huge goal kick from Dewhurst, headed on by Gandor. I think Jordan Young will get onto that first. The 2 number 11s over on the far side. Ryan Jones harrying him, trying to win the ball back. Goes back to Ollie Wright. He clears out to the right hand side, and Nuble can't win it, nor can Hargreaves cleanly, but Ryan Jones picks up the ball. He's got Barrett on the outside of him, touches it to Gandor. Gandor lays it back to Tetek, who tries a shot and curls it wide. And Aldershot again had options on the attack, getting 6 players forward really, really well. An encouraging counter-attack from the Shots there, but it remains 0-1.
Yeah, good work from Shots down the left-hand side. Ryan Jones quite influential there. Found Tetek on the edge of the box. The ball sort of got a little bit stuck under his feet, and in the end it was a left foot effort from just outside the box which just curled wide. Unselfish
play from Hadi Gandor, I think, could have had a go there, but Widdrington always talks about that. Here's Nuble coming forward. Ellison clears through the ball. Bernard heads it down to Charlie Cooper, who finds McGavin. Yeovil looking a little bit more promising here at the start of this second half. We're in the 10th minute of that second half. Here's Plant twisting, turning, threads the ball out to Dylan Morgan, who's 1-on-1 against Bird. Tries a shot, that's blocked. Bird will show some composure as he clears it forward, and the ball will eventually run into touch. Winnell lets it run there, and it'll be his throw on halfway. And quick word from Joe, if I may. The home faithful are getting behind their side. They're encouraged by the start, the first 10 minutes, and that'll be a big help to Mark Cooper's men, won't it?
Yeah, I think Yeovil are giving the fans a little bit more to be positive about in the opening sort of 10 minutes or so. They're using the width better. James Plant's been involved a couple of times. They're getting a couple more entries into Aldershot's box. And certainly if Mark Cooper said that he wanted his side to go and start the second half brightly, then they've heeded that and they've started it much better than they did the first.
Thank you very much, Joe Pope there. And whilst Joe was talking, confirmation that Barnet have taken the lead against AFC Fylde, who the Shots will play next week. Long ball forward is headed down by Mag Homer, only as far as Jordan Young. Hargreaves has gone across there and he's battling really hard to win it and does well. Ryan Jones plays it forward into the left channel. Gandor will chase, he'll get there first, chests it down. Foot comes up round his chest and clears it forward. And now Dylan Morgan, the number 17, plays the ball through to Jordan Young in the area, and Dewhurst does really well. His gut reaction was to come off his line and snaffle that, and he did. And it was important that he made that decision and he followed through with it. And we talked about some breathtaking saves from Dewhurst in the last 3 or 4 games, but that was just a great decision quickly off his line, Julian.
Yeah, as you said, great decision from Dewhurst. He was always favourite to win that ball. But they're starting to open up some spaces.
Ball from Maghoma into the penalty area. Gandor pulls it back. James Henry shoots. Double deflection, headed clear and then booted clear by Wanell. And then that ball drops over Maghoma, who gives it to McGuckin. McGuckin out to the right hand side to Jordan Young. He's going back for the return, McGuckin, and he shoots and he scores, and Yeovil have equalised in a game where they've been second best for much of it. But a lovely interchange between the two Yeovil forwards, and it is Kieran McGuckin who levels for Yeovil in the 58th minute, 1-1.
Yeah, it was a swift counter-attack on the transition. The Shots were at the other end, lost the ball, and we've got into a situation where it was 3 against 2. McGuckin was played through on the inside right channel and didn't need any invitation to fire low down into Dewhurst's right hand corner. It's now 1-1.
Certainly is. Tough one to take for the Shots, but they've got to respond here. They were perhaps a little passive at the start of the second half, but a half chance for Tetek, nothing more than that. We sensed that the home side had got a little bit more momentum. The crowd sensed that, they got behind them, and that was far and away Yeovil's best move of the day. Fair play to him, a really good goal in the making. Here's Henry looking to respond for Aldershot. Gandor goes back to Tetek. Tetek to Akpan, who looks to get his head down and go forward. Can't get past Plant, so goes back to Tetek. Tetek into Henry, gets the wall pass. Oh, and Tetek's pulled something very awkwardly and gone down. And Henry's given away the foul, I think, just to try and stop the play. And he's going to get a yellow card for his troubles, James Henry. But I think that might just... I don't want to predict it and call it too soon, but from his reaction it could have been a hamstring problem for Tetek.
Yeah, it looks like his hamstring's gone. Immediately he was limping after that, and this doesn't look promising. This looks like a full hamstring problem. So yeah, the Shots have got to look at the bench now. I think he's going to have to come off with that. I can't see him getting through that, so they're going to have to look at the bench and to make an enforced change to see what happens in the centre of midfield now.
The Shots have got 6 players on the bench this afternoon. I would have thought that depending on his fitness, Tyler Frost might be favourite, possibly Ollie Scott. We'll have to see what change is made if necessary. Kai Corbett could also come on, Max Mullins and Roland Menayes. Jordi van Stappershoff is also on the bench. So disappointing scoreline for Shots. No disappointment in the performance. They've been good today. But Ollie Scott is a naturally wide player. Could potentially do a job in the middle. But Hadi Gandor ruefully realises that his teammate Tetek's afternoon is run. It was really, really innocuous, Julian, wasn't it? he was just taking the ball in his stride, and you could see his walk, his balance. It all changed at once, didn't it?
Yeah, you could see straight away that he was in trouble, and as you said earlier, it looks as if Josh Barrett might have taken one for the team there to just stop the play. But this has changed around in a little over 5 minutes now. The momentum is definitely with Yeovil, and this is going to be a key, probably 10 minutes now, to see what happens. In fact, Tyler Frost has just come on.
Yeah, Tyler Frost has come on for the shots. An early opportunity for him to get back into it. Just 30 minutes or so to complete. So a good opportunity for Tyler Frost. He'll be champing at the bit to get involved. The end of Tetek's afternoon, and sadly injury has cost him again. Is a ball forward. Ellison heads it on. Hargreaves can't get the second one. And wow, what will that goal do for Yeovil? They're already playing a bit better. It was a lovely interchange between the two players, Young and McGuckin. Here they come again through to the middle. McGavin tries a ball in. The substitute who's gone, we come on, holds it up, but then loses the ball. Aaron Jarvis, and as Yeovil clear well actually, and they're going to build another attack now on the right hand side. Nuble is just holding the ball up, and now Aaron Jarvis, who's going to present a different kind of problem for Christian Maghomer now. Goes back to McGavin. McGavin on the edge of the area, tries a little through ball into Young. Young threads it out to the right hand side to Nuble. Yeovil one, shots one, but Yeovil on the attack here. It's poked into touch by Tyler Frost, and Aldershot need a good 5 or 10 minutes to keep things quite solid here, Julian.
Yeah, they definitely do. It's good to see Lackey Bird sort of drumming up the support from the players. Let's get through this. Let's concentrate. Let's make sure that we do our jobs.
Corner then to Yeovil. 63rd minute now, and it comes to the near post. Cleared away up towards Frost. Jones has knocked it into his path. Jones has gone down, but Frost is coming forward. He gets his pass out to Josh Barrett, who switches the play out to the right hand side. Gandor's chasing it. Plant has to clear to touch. And did you spot, Julian? If not, I can ask Joe, but did you spot who went off when Aaron Jarvis came on?
I think it was McGuckin.
Oh, he's got his goal and gone. Thank you very much. Okay. He probably won't mind so much now being substituted. Jarvis, who's offered a presence for Yeovil this season, but not delivered much in the way of goals. In fairness, none of their players have. Gandor's given offside and tries to question the assistant referee's decision. He doesn't like it, but the referee's pierced shrill of his whistle in his ears discourages him from continuing that debate. And it will be a free kick to Yeovil just outside their own penalty area, which Ollie Wright is going to take now and aim for the twin targets of Nuble and Jarvis. Bird and Jarvis come together. They both got a little bit of their head on the ball and a little bit of their head on each other, and a sore one that for Jarvis. And I don't think any I think Lachlan Bird is okay.
He's definitely come off better out of that. Jarvis is on the floor at the moment being attended to by two of the physios, and
Morgan Williams is down as well. It might just be cramp that, but both players needing to be attended to. I don't suspect any foul play. I think Yeovil generally believe that they can go on to win this match at the moment. They're not just trying to waste time because they've got level. And
definitely a different feel to the game now, Rob. With Jarvis and Nuble putting pressure on the back three, and Yeovil looking to get the ball up to those two quickly. I think that the tempo is the key here. They're moving the ball much quicker than they were in the first half, and consequently we're having trouble to deal with it more than we did in the first half too.
That's Julian Walters, who you can hear regularly on the When the Flames Go Up podcast, one of two Aldershot Town related podcasts out there. And if you don't hear enough of me already, you can hear me and Joe, who sat the other side of Julian, on the NL Full-Time podcast. We'll be talking National League and FA Cup on tomorrow's pod. And will we be talking about the end of a winless run for the Shots or not? Well, they've led for much of today. They took the lead in the 8th minute and conceded in the 58th. So they led for 50 minutes, but Yeovil are back in it now. And we're going to have an intriguing remaining 25 minutes or so plus added time. The Shots, who were pretty dominant in the first half, could have led by more. And Josh Barrett largely pulling the strings with a bit of assistance from James Henry. And not quite sure what was going on there, but Yeovil have taken the free kick. Frost's lifted it over the left channel to Josh Barrett. Barrett's got it under control now and goes back down his line to Ryan Jones. Jones inside to Frost, who quickly feeds the ball back to Dan Ellison. He switches it over to the right hand side to the Lucky Bird. And the ball up to James Henry. Smart turn from him. He's got the overlapping run from Akpan. Probably not the best pass, but Akpan's got the pace to get on there. Checks, comes back to Henry. Henry gives it back to Akpan, and Akpan sends in a lovely left-footed cross. That'll be headed away though by Yeovil, and then the volleyed effort comes back in from Dan Ellison on his debut, and the ball is bouncing around amongst the Shots flags now behind the open end away to our right, which is closed for the day, other than to retrieve the balls. Ollie Scott is now coming on. I think he was stripped and ready previously, but there might have been a late change of decision on that one. It's James Henry whose afternoon is done. Played his part in the goal for Shots today. He assisted Josh Barrett's strike. And it's Ollie Scott who's coming on. Be interested to see if Scott plays on the left or the right. I think he will take up position on the left. Ellison comes forward for the ball, can't make contact. And it's Dylan Morgan who picks it up for Yeovil. On the edge of the Aldershot Town final third here. 68th minute. Yeovil 1, Shots 1. Cross in from the right from Yeovil, headed away by Ellison. Taken down on the chest by Ryan Jones. And now Gandor will battle away. Onto the loose ball is Josh Barrett, winning it well. And taking the ball in his stride down the right hand side. Now he holds up the play. Little touch inside to Ryan Jones, who gives it back to him. Now another touch back to Akpan. Akpan inside to Cameron Hargraves. He's on the half turn as always. Gives it to Akpan. Akpan spreads the play back and across to Dan Ellison. Ellison back in front of Julian to Bird. He makes a bit of ground down the right hand side. Jones picks it up, turns, realises there's nobody on him, to the edge of the area. Ball out to the left side. It's cut out though. He was looking for Frost. Ellison in with a firm challenge. He may have just taken a knock there, but I think he's recovered well. Maghomer's up against Jordan Young. Young does really well. I beg your pardon, Maghomer I thought had done really well, but he didn't make contact. Or he made contact with the ball, it's gone into touch, and Yeovil have got us back underway again. 68 minutes gone. Yeovil 1, Shots 1. Listen to BBC Surrey. Here is Dylan Morgan picking the ball up. He's one-on-one against Bird. Sends it out to the left side to the substitute Plant. Plant's up against Akpan. Gets a cross in. Gets caught underneath Nuble's feet. Bird moves on to the loose ball and plays it forward up to Josh Barrett, who positions himself well. He's having his shirt pulled. Plays it inside to Akpan. Akpan through the middle, looking for Gandor. Gandor often fighting a battle between Bernard and Dylan Morgan Williams, I beg your pardon. And the Yeovil defender Bernard plays it forward now. Ellison in a good battle with Jarvis. And Jarvis wins that one. He'll get the return pass as well, but then gives it away to Hargreaves. Frost plays it forward. Gandor touches it 2 yards inside the Yeovil half and is flagged offside. And Ellison's gone down. He's now picked himself up again, and he reaches his hand to the back of his thigh. And that's a worrying moment for Aldershot. Is he match fit enough to go the 90? Might they need to get Menegas on? They don't want to take any chances if it is anything near the hamstring. He's only 19 years old. He's up against Nuble now. The cross comes in. It's fisted away by Dewhurst, and Akpan picks up the loose ball. Seems to be jogging okay, Ellison. Akpan with the ball down the line for the ever-willing Hadi Gandor. Holds the ball up nicely. Turns it inside to Hargreaves. Hargreaves back to Akpan. Akpan gives it back to Hargreaves, and he's still down on his haunches, Ellison. That's a great attempt at a pass from Hargreaves, diagonal over to the left-hand side. And if Ellison's... there's something there, he keeps reaching to the back of his leg, and as a 19-year-old, bless him, he might not know what a hamstring is if it is hamstring. Lucky Bird's penalised for holding Aaron Jarvis, who really has become a focal point for Yeovil, coming on with the bit between his teeth, and now Ellison goes down. And it might just be cramp, actually. He's reaching to his toes, and it's been a big day for the young 19-year-old. He's done really well, Julian, but it might be time to maybe bring Menace on for these final 20 minutes.
Yeah, it does look like potentially cramp. He pulled up a couple of minutes ago and has been struggling since then. And
so relieved that it's cramp and not hamstring.
He's now back up on his feet.
He is indeed. And these are slightly dangerous moments for Aldershot. The free kick's central, and to be fair, only 20-25 yards inside the Aldershot half. Quite a high defensive lane. It's dead central. Not sure what McGavin's going to do here. He's going to lift it out to the right. McHomer should be favourite to win that, but he can only head it back to McGavin. McGavin up against Hargreaves, dwells on it, and Hargreaves wins the ball and comes away with it, and Aldershot could get the counter-attack on here. Barrett's peeling away to the right. Gandor's got it on the left. He's running to the edge of the area, and he's held up, turned inside, goes down. The ball falls to Jones. Jones is pushed off it rather, and Bernard clears it forward towards Jordan Young. A Yeovil player's down, and the referee has stopped the play for something. That looks such a good opportunity for shots if they could have just got it out right to Barrett.
Yeah, Hargreaves won the ball in midfield, and suddenly it was 3-on-2. Barrett was charging down the right-hand side on his free and was calling for the ball. Unfortunately, it's those fine margins where the wrong decision perhaps was taken at that moment, and had he eventually got the ball sort of stuck under his feet, and it turned into a nothing situation. So, yeah, disappointing that we couldn't at least get a shot away there.
3,408 here today, terrific crowd, and 403 Aldershot Town fans. What a fantastic number that is. What a great turnout, Julian.
That's typical of the Shots fans, isn't it? I was originally thinking possibly 300 max, but for 400 to turn up, especially after our questionable recent form, is a testament to how good our supporters are.
It's Halifax 1, Wealdstone 2. Wealdstone have had a player sent off, though. They're very close to their first win of the season, I think, Wealdstone. And it's Boston United 1, Maidenhead United 2. And eventually, after a little bit of attention, we'll get back underway here at Hewish Park. It's Don Bernard, isn't it, who's had a bit of treatment. He is limping a little bit, actually, on his way back down the touchline. Got a purposeful limp. It's easy for me to say.
Yeah, I think his game is over. It looks like there's a substitution being lined up.
Okay, he's breaking into a jog there. I think he wanted to carry on, but the goal kick is cut out by the header Tyler Frost, who heads it into touch. And now Yeovil make the decision. I think to take Bernard off anyway, or is he going to come on? Come back on. He stood there like he's going to come back on. It's not putting any top on or anything. There's a ball from Yeovil out to the left-hand side. It's going to drift into touch, and Bernard does indeed come back on. It's another substitution that Yeovil are going to make. I think it might be the end of Brett McGavin's afternoon. Let's see. Here's a ball forward to Dylan Morgan, who goes down. The ref not interested. Ball's out of play. Turned on by Ryan Jones, and Josh Barrett's moving nicely onto it. Gets the ball under control, plays it down the right hand side. Can Akpan keep it in? Now he's just kind of a little bit pushed off the ball by Plant. And yeah, it is indeed Brett McGavin who is going to come off for Yeovil. And the familiar face of Matt Worthington for Yeovil. Just some thoughts from Joe on that sub?
Yeah, Brett McGavin obviously caught on the ball for that chance for Aldershot, and I think Mark Cooper would rather nip it in the bud before it happens again. So he's run his course for the afternoon, and Matt Worthington on for Yeovil, the skipper.
That's Joe Pope. Ball forward, the nod down falls nicely into the path of Jordan Young. Terrific shot, terrific save from Marcus Dewhurst, who's kept keeping the shots in this now. Terrific effort from Jordan Young, and the ball's played back to Worthington. Worthington to Plant on the left side, step over and then a cross in. It's not a bad one. Ellison gets up well, wins the header, takes the challenge, and it does look from that leap and that strong headed winner that he's fine, and he's shaken off the cramp, Julian, and that's a relief because he's slotted in superbly there today on the left side of the Shots defence. Absolutely,
he's had a really good first game, and really good to see him dominating the central areas. And as that cross came in, there was only going to be one winner for that.
It was Adrian Mariappa who sent off for Wealdstone, who lead 2-1 at Halifax. Forest Green have taken the lead against Hartlepool through Charlie McCann, and Woking have pulled a goal back at home to Sutton. It's 1-2 there. Here's Dewhurst's goal kick, brilliantly won in the air by Morgan Williams. Lucky Bird picks up the loose ball and is tripped from behind and wins the free kick. The foul by Aaron Jarvis, who is shown a yellow card. I must admit, referee's done okay today, but he's shown 2 or 3 really soft yellow cards, and I'd have to back Jarvis on that one. It was a bit unfortunate. But the referee picks up the ball, throws it back into Aldershot's half, so don't even think about taking it inside the Yeovil half. Ryan Jones sends it forward, left-footed now, low trajectory on it. It's one in the air by Jarvis, headed out to the left side where Lucky Bird is there to pick it up. Not sure what he's doing there. In comes the ball from Ollie Scott, cleared away to Ashley Akpan. Akpan finds Hargreaves in possession. He changes direction, gives it back to Akpan. He goes back to Ryan Jones. Barrett tries the first time pass. One of the few things he's got wrong today. Plant hooks it over his head, and Aldershot may be outnumbered here, but Akpan does well, and Ryan Jones quickly gets around, feeds Tyler Frost. Frost gives the ball to Ollie Scott. The Shots having to reshape a little bit here this afternoon. They've lost the momentum they had in the first half, but they're still in this, and we've got just over 12 minutes plus added time to play. Akpan into the feet of Jones. Jones gives it back to him. Now he goes to Barrett on the right touchline. He's kind of assumed more the position that Henry was in earlier. Aldershot keeping some good possession here on the right hand side. One touch pass from Bird to Barrett. Barrett inside to Ryan Jones. He might be able to get a bit of a head of steam up here. Ball into the air. Might find Barrett. Can't quite get it under control. Cleared away by Yeovil. There was possibilities for Barrett and Gandor there. Now Maghomer, lovely ball out to the right side. Can Akpan take it under control? Yes, he can. He's got a forward run from Lucky Bird. Takes it under control, gets into the penalty area. He's given a big shove, but rather exaggerates the contact, and the referee waves away any appeals for a penalty. Maghomer then misses the next ball forward and is just under a little bit of pressure, but recovers well and goes back inside to Dewhurst. These are nervy moments for both sides, because the players... Oh, that's a great headed winner from Tyler Frost, but I think Morgan Williams will get onto the loose ball. This is the business end of the game. Both sides have managed to score a goal. Doesn't matter what's happened in the play. It's 1-1 coming into the last 10 or 11 minutes, and this is where it really matters. And this is where 1 point can quickly turn into 3 or none, Julian.
Yeah, you could almost argue that the first 80 minutes count for nothing now. This is about the last 10 minutes, and this is about game management. It's about doing the right things at the right time, making the right decisions, and for the vast majority of this game we've made some really good decisions, and it's all about the next 10 minutes for me.
you do feel if Aldershot had managed to get just one more goal in the first half, it could have been a very different story to what it is now. But there's a great take from Cameron Hargreaves, who gets his head down after winning the ball, spreads it out to Frost, who tries to take it in his stride but sort of leaves the ball behind, and then Ellison comes over and tracks back really well, clears the ball forward into a little bit of a no man's land corridor. Scott battles for it, can't win it. Yeovil are going to make another sub, and it's Tamworth 0, Altrincham 2, although Altrincham have had a player sent off. That's the end of Jordan Young's afternoon. An assist for the goal and a terrific effort which drew another good save from Marcus Dewhurst. And who's he been replaced by, Joe?
Yeah, he's been replaced by Sam Pearson. Obviously Aldershot perhaps have to be a bit braver now to try and get a winner, which may mean they may overcommit at the back, and Pearson's got real pace. He's come on for Jordan Young, bit more of a threat in behind. Big
powerful headed winner there from Lucky Bird. Gandor battles away as he has all afternoon with Jake Wannell. He just swings it forward, and Aaron Jarvis is onto that ball, holding it up, backing into Lucky Bird. Eventually goes back to Plant. Now he drifts inside to the penalty area, and Plant running around the edge of the final third of Aldershot Town. Squares it to Charlie Cooper. Charlie Cooper gives it to that substitute Sam Pearson. Tries to get his cross in. That's blocked by Ollie Scott, but they recycle the play, Yeovil. And Dylan Morgan's going up against Mag Homer on the edge of the penalty area. Finds a little pass to Pearson. Pearson goes back. Cross comes in. It's cleared away by Mag Homer. Ryan Jones takes it nicely in his stride and bombs forward. Can Aldershot counter-attack here? It's asking an awful lot for Haddy Gandor to get on the end of this, but he's made it. First touch is heavy, and then it's come off the Yeovil player, and it will be a corner to the shots. Well done, Haddy Gandor. Battled away, lost causes. There'll be no more deserving player to get a winning goal than Haddy Gandor if he can get it. He's feeling it, I think. He's just maybe limping a little bit as well as he walks into the penalty area. But he'll fancy trying to get on the end of this Josh Barrett corner. And just keeping an eye on Gandor. He's down on his haunches. Maybe just, he's put a lot into this game. We're in the final 10 minutes. He had to chase hard to get that ball. It's done well. Won the corner for Barrett. 1-1. In comes the corner from Barrett. And there's a header, or an effort towards goal, is cleared off the line. Ollie Scott's taken it under control. Gives it to Lucky Bird. He tries a turn up against Bernard. And then plays the ball back, but it's been cut out by Pearson. Ollie Scott has to be careful he doesn't foul. Lucky Bird's won it. He's running across the goal line. Pulls it back. It's off a Yeovil player behind for another corner to the Shots, who are asking questions again at the right end of the pitch as the game reaches the final stages. Julian Walters.
Yeah, it's really got the Shot supporters going now. You can probably hear them in the corner. They're making a real noise, all 400 of them. Barrett's just taking the corner now.
Taking it short, he's got it back, and then Yeovil have managed to steer it into touch through Plant. Ryan Jones goes to fetch it. And is there going to be another substitution? There is indeed. And this time it's Kai Corbett, I think, that's going to come on for Haddy Gandor, who maybe just either flagged that his race was run, or maybe the decision was made for him. But terrific effort all afternoon from Haddy Gandor. And he's played his part in this performance for the Shots. Will it be enough to get 3 points? Let's see. 1-1 into the dying moments. In it comes, and it's caught by the goalkeeper, who just snatches it off the head of the other players. Akpan recovering here first, and he will try and shake off his man, and does really well. Wins the free kick. Terrific play. Really confident play from the youngster. Not to just boot it into touch, but to control it, try and shake off his man and come forward. Wins the free kick. Another one that's contributed massively today for the Shots, Julian.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on about making the right decisions at the right time. Akpan was on his own there, last man, and he made the right decision once again.
Ball through the middle is cut out by the head of Wannell. Another header from Bernard. Another one from Cooper up towards Pearson, but Ryan Jones and Tyler Frost are battling away there, and they've won it between them. Here comes Jones. Jones squares it to Barrett. Barrett thinks about a shot from distance, then he pings it out to the right hand side to Akpan. Akpan with the cross to the far post, and it's unfortunately a little bit too high, a little bit too strong, And the Shots, who probably started to really push for a winner in these last 5 or 10 minutes, can't quite find it. But if you were trying to feel how the game was going to go, all 3 results were still very definitely possible, Julian.
Yeah, everything's possible. The good thing from Aldershot's point of view is that the crowd have gone a little bit quiet again, so they've noticed that the Shots have sort of got back in it. But yes, you're right, it could be any one of those results happening today still.
Here's Dylan Morgan chasing the ball down the right side. Good positioning from Ellison, holds him up temporarily at least. And now Yeovil keep the ball, and it's that man Dylan Morgan again. And then the cross comes in from Charlie Cooper, missed, headed up in the air by Bird. Ellison tries to clear, he may well have been impeded. Hargreaves helps the ball on. Josh Barrett heads it up in the air. Kai Corbett is beaten to the ball by Morgan Williams. Williams gives the ball up to Newblay. Bird goes in, can't win it cleanly. Eventually plays the ball back to Worthington. Worthington feeds Charlie Cooper. Into the final 5 minutes we go, listeners. Yeovil 1, Shots 1. Shots 5 without a win. Crowd appealing for a foul by Ellison, nothing given. Worthington battling up against him. Cross into the area, cleared away by Maghomer. Further cleared away by Tyler Frost. And then a massive header from Maghomer up to Morgan Williams, who looks to take on the Aldershot midfield. Goes forward, gives the ball to Plant. Plant to great tackle from Cameron Hargreaves, feeds Tyler Frost. Frost out to the left hand side to Kai Corbett. Corbett changes direction, goes back to Ollie Scott. Ball down the line, good header from Yeovil. Ellison goes into the back of Jarvis. Referee whistles play on, and Yeovil don't take the advantage. The ball's in touch. It's a throw in to Yeovil. Players are tired. Ellison's down again. He's really had to battle hard since Aaron Jarvis came on. He now needs treatment. The referee has stopped the play, and we'll see if it's just more cramp for Ellison or not. I wouldn't say that the Shots are by any means hanging in this game, but both sides are so desperate for a win, Julian.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ellison's, as you said, just gone down there. I'm not sure it's too serious at the moment, but you know, he's a 19-year-old making effectively his first appearance of the season, and to still be on the pitch after 87 minutes and in the thick of the action, it tells you not only about his fitness but also about his attitude as well. I think he's been excellent today.
Well, in around about 2.5 minutes plus the added time, so more likely in about 5, 6, 7 minutes, Julian Walters will name his first Aldershot Town man of the match. Halifax have equalised against Wealdstone, who were agonisingly seconds away from their first win in the National League this year. Halifax have gotten back into this one. No game in midweek for the Shots. They'll go to Fylde next weekend. Fylde currently trailing to the league leaders Barnet by 1-0, the same scoreline, of course, by which the Shots lost to Barnet in midweek. Nicky Kabamba it was again with that goal. Here's the throw in then to Yeovil as we enter the 89th minute. 1-1 here, and Plant takes the throw, gives it to Dylan Morgan, gets it back, goes again. Akpan well placed, holds him up temporarily. Here's Newblay, cross in to the far post, and push in, pull in probably from players from both sides. The Yeovil fans appealing for a penalty. No foul given. Yeovil still attacking though down the right hand side with Pearson. Cross comes in from Cooper, that's headed away by Menezes, who's come on now of course for Ellison. Shots play it forward. Is it Yeovil who are going to ask these late questions of Shots? Ball down the right side is going to drift into touch, and terrific debut for Dan Ellison. He was largely in control, and then the game changed, didn't it, when Aaron Jarvis came on, and that was a different battle. That was very physical. Jarvis gave as good as he gets, but hopefully it's just fatigue and a bit of cramp for Ellison.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's, as I said earlier, he's played well. He's been on the pitch for most of the game, so I think they're now just brought Menezes on just to ensure we've got some fresh pair of legs for the last sort of minute plus injury time.
One or two Yeovil fans turning on the heels to go, but we don't even know how much added time there'll be yet. There's a little flick on. Barrett might get onto it. Morgan Williams takes no chances. It hammers it into touch. It's bouncing around somewhere on the roof of this stand, and eventually when they find themselves another ball, Aldershot will have an attacking throw on this right side, Akpan to take. So many times of late, Yeovil say they deserve to win and didn't, and Aldershot, their performances have been pretty good for me in the last 3 games, but they've not managed to eke out a win. They may have to settle for a point here this afternoon. We're going to have 7 added minutes, so not many added on in the first half, but 7 in the second. Here's Maghomer watching the timing of the ball well and winning the header. Frost winning the next header, and then Yeovil helping it down the right side, but it'll drift into touch. And noticeable that Roland Menezes has come over to this right side now, and Lackey Bird to the left for the remaining minutes. There's a huge clearance forward from Dewhurst. Corbett surely being fouled, but manages to just get a heel or something on it to play it into the path of Josh Barrett. I'm not sure, I'm trying to remember if Barrett's done 90 minutes this season. I can't recall one. The ball's hammered into touch. Lackey Bird will fetch it, and we are 1 minute into a minimum of 7 added on, Julian.
Yeah, you're right. Menezes has come over to this right hand side of the back three, which is where he was so effective last season, so that's a natural choice, I think, for that to happen. 7 minutes to go, and this is going to be obviously key over the next couple of minutes as to our game management.
Yeah, Max Mullins has come on for Ryan Jones for the added time. Maghomer and Bird just left it to each other. Pearson's gone down. He's claiming it's a head injury. The ref's not interested. Eventually he may have to stop it because he realises it's a head injury. But basically, Bird and Maghomer were both there. Either of them could have cleared it. In the end, one of them swung a boot through it and cleared the ball cleanly. The referee was reluctant to give a free kick or anything for it. But the Yeovil player, Pearson, the substitute's gone down and is holding his head.
Yeah, I think
maybe caught on the follow through.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably worse than it looks. The crowd are absolutely incensed by it, but I think the referee made the right decision there. He carried on with the game, and when the ball was in the halfway area, that he stopped it for a head injury. So
I think the referee now pointing out to Frank Nouble that he was well positioned. He saw the Aldershot player kick cleanly through it, and maybe Pearson put his head in a little bit late. Joe, did you get a view? Did you get a view of that? I thought the Aldershot player just cleared through the ball, and maybe Pearson put his head in a bit late. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. I think Maghomer had all eyes on the ball, followed through, hit the ball up the field, and Sam Pearson stooped low to try and win a header, and it's one of those where he's kicked with the ball and got the man as well. No malice in it. Probably has caught Pearson on the follow through, which can still be a nasty one. He's obviously down receiving treatment, so no malice in it, but he's not come out on the good side of that one, Pearson.
Still receiving treatment now. I mentioned that Altrincham were 2-0 up at Tamworth. Tamworth, and then had a player sent off, and now Tamworth have pulled the goal back. Oh, the irony if Tamworth were to actually draw 2-2 against Altrincham, who did something similar last week. Barnet have got a second goal against AFC Fylde in the 95th minute. Another reminder that we're off to Fylde next weekend with the shots. And it was Tom Pugh who got that 90th minute equaliser for FC Halifax Town against Wealdstone to potentially deny them their first win of the season. The Shots may extend their run without a win to 6 games here today, but I think it's been largely a good performance. They certainly were the better side in the first half. The second half's been more even. Credit to Yeovil for getting back into it. But this would represent a third straight draw on their travels. They have been hard to beat, much harder to beat away from home since those defeats at Braintree and at Tamworth. And when we get back underway, well, we're 4.25 minutes into added 7, but it's got to be at least 9, I would have thought now, if not 10. in terms of what's actually played. Bird sends it forward. Huge header from Wannell, straight back down the middle to that man Bird. Bird under pressure from Jarvis, plays it forward now, and a huge headed winner from Morgan Williams. Back up to Jarvis. He heads it into the path of Charlie Cooper. Lovely ball over the top from him to find Frank Nuble. Nuble sends it across the goal. It'll go past everybody, and Roland Meniace can just let it drift into touch. Both sides will feel that they've certainly, Yeovil have done enough for the point that they're set to get. Aldershot probably will feel that with the performance, particularly in the first half, that they probably should have got all 3 points, but they're still there to be battled for. Aldershot with a throw down the line, taken by Meniace. One in the air by Worthington. Akpan puts it up in the air, comes down off of Jarvis, blade forward. Williams heads it inside, but I think Cameron Hargreaves will get there first. Feeds Ollie Scott. Ollie Scott forward towards Maxi Mullins. He turns inside, coming across the pitch. Can he pick a pass out here? He goes back to Lachy Bird. Bird through the middle to Barrett. Barrett finds Hargreaves. Hargreaves turns the ball around the corner, and it was so agonisingly close for either Mullins or Frost to get onto, but they couldn't. Frost, Mullins, Corbett, all fresh legs up top for the shots. Can they find a moment in these dying moments? 96 now have very nearly elapsed of a minimum of 97. Still Yeovil 1, Aldershot Town 1. Scott has lost it and won it back from the throw. Goes across to Maghoma. Maghoma plays another ball across. Meniace is having to sprint across to get it to save it from going out. Goes back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves to Frost. Can he make a bit of ground here on the right hand side? He's got Akpan ahead of him. Gives Akpan the ball. It's slightly behind him. He has to recover. Gives it now to Corbett. Corbett tries a little cross into the area. It's over everybody. Scott jumps but can't get onto the end of it, and Yeovil clear forward. Hargreaves manages to do well to divert the ball into the path of Maghoma, who lifts it into the left channel. Bernard wins the header. He can only find Hargreaves, but offside given against him there, and Yeovil will get themselves a free kick. The goalkeeper, Rolly Wright, is coming to take it. We are in the final seconds of the 7 added minutes. We're expecting at least a couple more to be added. It's still Yeovil 1, Aldershot Town 1 here at Hewish Park. Nuble with a huge leap wins the header. It's headed back to him from Maghoma. He sets off down the right hand side. Ollie Scott, is he fouled from behind? Did really well there, Ollie Scott. Just positioned himself well, and Nuble, with his enthusiasm to get the ball, just bowled him over. The Shots win themselves a free kick down by their own left corner flag. And well, I honestly don't know if it stays like this who is going to be the happier. Yeovil will probably be relieved to have got a point out from a losing position against the side they could have been further goals down to. An Aldershot, I'm sure, will respect the point, but we're hoping for so much more today, Julian.
Yeah, I think both managers will be delighted in a way with a point, but also both managers will feel that they could have won the game too. So with that in mind, I think probably a 1-1 as it stands at the moment is the right result if it stays that way. Yeah,
Yeovil coming forward. Maghoma clears up and away. Mark Cooper controls it, gives it straight back to Bernard. Down the line to Sam Pearson, who can't control it. The ball's into touch again. We've now played 98 minutes and 20 seconds. I suspect we're into the final minute or so now of this match. Throw down the line from Shots. Header on by Maxi Mullins. It's gone straight to the feet of a Yeovil player though, and Bernard clips it on. Nuble heads it on. Jarvis holds it up into the path of a Yeovil player. Shot comes in from distance, parried away by Dewhurst and cleared away to touch by Lachy Bird. It's another save from Dewhurst, one you'd expect him to make, but the Shots are now hanging on in these final few seconds to try and make sure they keep the point that they've got. It's going to be a long throw from Yeovil. Nuble's up there, Williams is up there. Shots can't win it cleanly. Nuble squares it across. It's taken by Aldershot player. Maxi Mullins comes forward with it. Plays the ball forward. Aldershot appealing for a foul They get it eventually. Corbett it was who could have run onto the ball, and I think Don Bernard's going to be given a yellow card here for delaying the restart to the play. And Aldershot will have a free kick. Dewhurst can take it. Lackey Bird's on his way up. It's 10-15 yards inside the Yeovil half. We've had 99 minutes and 48 seconds. Got to be the final action of the game. Yeovil 1, Shots 1. Akpan's going to be the only player waiting back. Dewhurst sends it forward. Referee's not looking at his watch at this moment. Ball is knocked down, cleared forward. There is the final whistle, and it ends here at Hewish Park. Yeovil 1, Aldershot Town 1. Dewhurst smashes the ball into his own net to say that's all we had to do, just stick it in the net one more time and we'd have got the 3 points. It's a point for the Shots on the travels with his final verdict, including somewhere in it is Aldershot Town man of the match, is debutant on commentary. I think he's done an excellent job, listeners, Julian Walters.
Oh, thanks very much, Rob. Yes, it's been a cracking game from start to finish in my eyes. I think the first half was definitely edged by Aldershot. There's so many clear chances, and I think I mentioned through that first half that we may rue missing some of those chances, because you could argue we could have been out of sight by the end of the first half. Yeovil made some changes which again we thought would happen, and had two up front, much more. There was Jarvis and Nublet up front who did cause us more problems, and the pressure told in the end, and they still had plenty of time to win the game, as did we. And with those last few minutes, both sides were pushing actually for a winner, which was really good to see. So I think 1-1 is a fair result. And with regard to my man of the match, there's a few really good options there. I thought Dewhurst was excellent today. He made a number of really good saves, and one particularly in the first half which you could class as a world-class save. It was absolutely outstanding. I thought Barrett was superb in the first half, a little bit quieter in the second half, but for me my man of the match was the 19-year-old debutant Dan Ellison. I thought he was absolutely superb from start to finish. He bossed the game. He gave Nublet a really good run for his money, and for me he was the one that stood out. So I'm giving the man of the match to Dan Ellison. Yeah,
I'd agree with that. We often mention players in dispatches, and I wanted to mention Ashley Akpan as well. I thought he was outstanding today for Shots, and still full of running at the end. But yeah, that entire back three and Marcus Dewhurst did really well. And just that one moment where they were beaten by the craft and trickery of Jordan Young and McGuckin, who tucked the ball away, and that's pretty much all he did in the entire game, really, Joe, wasn't it? But Julian's passed the microphone to Joe. What was your final thoughts on today, Joe? Did either side do enough to deserve all 3 points?
Yeah, I think probably a point is fair. I think if you look at it in a very binary way, I thought Aldershot were much a better side in the first half. I thought Yeovil, with their changes and slight tweaks in formation, were better in the second half. I think Tommy Richardson will be pleased with a point on the road, another point on the road, but I think he will be slightly disappointed the fact that the amount of chances they created and missed in the first half, they should have really been going into half-time 2 or 3-0. You must have been reading my thoughts, Rob, because I actually had Ashley Akpan down as the man of the match. I thought he was superb for somebody so young, so composed and mature on the right-hand side of that defence. And Yeovil's best work in the whole afternoon came down the other side, so even Yeovil didn't want to go down Akpan's side. So yeah, a good point for both sides. Aldershot will be disappointed, but you can't argue with another point on the road.
Superb. Thank you very much, Joe Pope. We've just about got our final analysis before I do my full-time report. I was just getting a nudge in the background to be ready for that. We'll look at the final scores in a very short while in the National League. I think the Shots, who've drawn a few games lately, may actually creep up a place or two in the table this time on the back of a draw. And well, it'll depend on you know, whether your cup's half full or half empty, Shots fans, it's 6 without a win, but for me another encouraging display, one that could easily have ended in a win, and you know, lots to be positive about, I think, from an Aldershot Town point of view. 3 unbeaten away from home if you want to fill your glass half full. Just getting a cricket report on the radio, so maybe an opportunity to have a quick look at those other games in the National League. So Barnet have beaten Fylde by 2-0. It was Callum Stead who got the second one. Boston still can't win at home. Reece Smith with the winner 20 minutes from time. 2-1 there for Maidenhead. Dagenham and Solihull Moors has ended 1-1 as well. Jack Stevens on target for Moors. Halifax nicked a point late on against 10-men Wealdstone. Tom Pugh with the equaliser there after Hottie had scored earlier. And Ashford and Obiero on target for Wealdstone. Forest Green Rovers 1, Hartlepool United 0. McCann with the goal. Rochdale 1, Braintree 0. That goal was from Cairo Mitchell. It's finished 1-1, Tim, which is a slightly disappointing result for the Shots. Certainly not the performance, though. They were terrific in the first half and probably should have led by more than the 1 goal, which was superbly finished by Josh Barrett in the 8th minute. He himself went close. Tetek hit a defender on the line and Maghoma thumped a header against the crossbar. Credit to the home side, who gave it a bit more of a go in the second half, and they created a well-worked goal in the 58th minute. Jordan Young and McGucking working on that one, the latter of which beat Dewhurst with a cool finish. Dewhurst, until that point and afterwards, looked unbeatable on the afternoon. He was superb. The Shots defensively resilient, and quite a few moments going forward they couldn't quite capitalise on. Another point on the road for Tommy Widrington's men, and the Shots move to 15th in the table. Final score here at Hewish Park: Yeovil 1, Aldershot Town 1. Just finishing those scores, Southend 1, Gateshead 3, Tamworth 1, Altrincham 2, Woking 1, Sutton 2, and York City 0, Eastleigh 0. Ebbsfleet will play Oldham eventually, and that's the late kick-off. Yeah, quick look at the table, and it is as follows. Barnet still top, 2 points clear now of York. Forest Green, Rochdale, Gateshead, Eastleigh and Oldham and the other sides in the playoffs. And Aldershot do indeed move up to 15th place, the only the top actually of the 3 sides on 14 points, thanks to their 0 goal difference. To be fair though, they're only ahead of Southend on alphabetical order. But yeah, 15th for the Shots, point on the road, and that's always to be respected. I'm sure it will today by Tommy Widrington as well. Julian, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can't knock a point. You work as hard as you can, and I just feel that it would have been a tragedy if we had ended up with nothing today. So let's take the points and we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, I think you might have created a new word there, a tragedy. It's a cross between a tragedy and a travesty, so we'll take that. But no, certainly it wasn't, as you say, it would have been if Aldershot had lost this game. But a familiar pattern, I think you pointed out at half-time. They've not been behind away from home all season, but in quite a few of those games, Braintree, Tamworth, this one, Boston, they've been pegged back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so we're into our 6th away game now, and we still have that record where we've got to half-time and we've been in the game. So I think a little bit different this half. Again, we were under more pressure in the second half for sure, but definitely a point gained, and I think that as I said before, we can take it. We could have easily lost it. It could have been one of those games where in the past we might have lost it, and the work ethic that went into today's game, I think, was a point deserved.
Yeah, very much a together and committed Aldershot Town side, and if they'd been able to be a tad more clinical in that first half, they might well have put this game to bed. They couldn't, as it happens, so they will return to North East Hampshire with a point. They'll have a full week to prepare for the away game against Fylde, and I'll hopefully speak to you again then, listeners. But in the meantime, thank you very much indeed, Julian. Have you enjoyed your first day on commentary?
It's been great fun. Really enjoyed it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's been great.
Thank you very much, and also thanks for the insight this afternoon from Joe Pope of Off the Line blog. Joe, you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. Thankfully I could bring some goals today after a couple of shutouts. A really good afternoon.
Yeah, more would have been better for the shots, but they'll return home with a point. Thanks for tuning in, listeners. Post-match reaction to come on BBC Surrey Sport Twitter with a member of the Aldershot Town management team and hopefully a player as well.